Hey, it's Robert from Bits for You. It's early Wednesday morning when I'm recording this intro, so try to keep it short. Uh, I still don't have the energy to talk and talk and talk like my past intros. But this episode is 61. It's a little different. It's more like the free form discussion where we just have conversations about anything, any topic, current events, things like that. But there's still, things that interest me and might interest you. Technology. We go into robots, AI, VR, AR, innovations. We go into self-driving cars and a lot of other stuff. And this is, geez, I think it's over 3 hours and some change. It is freaking long. But it was for fun. It was by Lewis. Lewis was the guest. He was here. That episode went online in March. It was I think it was episode 48 or 47, but I think it's 48. It's the one about cryptocurrency, and I titled it Bitcoin. Lewis. So he's back. We only go a little bit about the current events of cryptocurrency in the beginning, but we go through a lot. We go into a lot of other subjects. So yeah, have a listen and let me know what you think. Follow us on Twitter at Bits for You Podcast. Our Facebook group, just search for Bits for You. Instagram, Bits for You Pod. And if you have any suggestions or topics for future episodes, suggestions, if you want to be a guest in a future episode to talk about anything, if you want to promote something, you're welcome to do so. Our studio is in South Florida, so I can meet anybody anywhere in South Florida, or you guys can come to me. I'm located in Pembroke Pines. Send me an email, bitsforyoupodcast@gmail.com, or you can contact me through any of the social media outlets that I just mentioned. All of that, the links and everything's going to be in the description of this episode in your podcast app. You can just scroll and you'll see the links there, or how to reach me. Enjoy. Off with welcome back. That's what I wanted to start it off with. It's been 3 months since you've been here?
Since about February, yeah.
No, it was like March, right?
March, I think,
it was like
March.
spring break.
Yeah,
there.
It must have been March or February.
The Bitcoin.
Yeah, when
that was
Bitcoin was
the Bitcoin
still
topic.
Interesting.
There's a lot of lately I've seen a lot of more cryptocurrency pop up. There was one called with an N. New. I have to check it out. I saw it on Instagram.
Let me see if
I saw Instagram because I fucking hate Facebook, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really use Facebook. I don't fuck with Facebook.
You don't even have one, right? Or you do but don't use it?
I have one, but I never
It's
post
just there.
anything on it.
It's
Yeah.
just there.
It was years ago that I made it, but yeah, I don't even use it. I don't care to use it.
Yeah, dude. I'm like to
Even
that
though I'm
point.
technically using it through Instagram and WhatsApp, because Facebook owns them.
Owns Instagram and
Yeah,
WhatsApp, but they say that they encrypt their WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Right.
supposedly.
There's another one that's supposed to be encryption free and they say free forever, called Telegram.
Telegram, yeah, I've heard of it.
I use it on these because they do like chat groups.
Yeah.
For like what's these things called, like tech support, like how to use a build or something like that, or PC, and then modders. A lot of modders, they use the Telegram. Oh, follow us on Telegram. I see their videos on YouTube, and then I follow them on Telegram and ask them for advice. Oh, this is how you do this, and then you put the add-on and it works. Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
And there's another one, I think it's called Steam or Steam.
Is it Signal? Signal was one.
Well, it's one that is like a cryptocurrency, and you get paid for if you publish any content. any post you do.
Just
And,
by posting?
yeah, and then if you put comments, you
What, it
can get,
mines
like,
for you for posting? Oh.
it's like it generates. It'll generate like the coin, and
Huh.
it'll put it in your wallet, something like
Got
that.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Are you looking up that new crypto I saw?
You said
Somebody mentioned it's new. It's not Nugget. It can't be Nugget.
I'm looking at CoinMarketCap. I'm trying to find it.
Does it?
Steam is the one I was just telling you about.
Right, that's the one you said.
STEEM.
So there's nothing that says you can check out what's new, because there's always this.
Well, in CoinMarketCap.com,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you can see all of the cryptocurrencies.
Got it.
Last time I came here, there was like 1,500.
What's it at now?
Now
it's higher.
It's got to be a lot higher.
It's almost like weekly. There's always like a couple starting.
Yeah, there's always like a new shit coin popping up.
Yeah. Dogecoin.
Yeah, Dogecoin was like one of the OGs.
One of the OGs. Yeah, early
it went
ones.
back to like I think
2011 or
2011, maybe 2013. But yeah, you look back, that's like 5-7 years ago. Right now there's 1607 cryptocurrencies.
16, so it went up
about
100 and something
Yeah.
in the last 2 months.
I mean, which there could have been more, and maybe they were taken off of this list because they went to zero, or
Got it.
So they take them off.
So a lot of them start and then just go to zero.
Yeah, there's a bunch of coins. Like there's one here called Cheap Coin, Turbo Coin. So
that's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of different coins out there.
No, you can still
All right. Okay.
So there's a lot of them there.
Yeah, there's a lot of different coins out there, cryptocurrencies. But
are you still looking at the same ones that when you were last on the show that you talked about, or are you venturing into a new one?
Still big on Bitcoin, Litecoin,
right,
Ripple. Those are like the three biggest ones.
So you're still on those. You haven't really branched out yet.
No, I mean, the thing with Litecoin, they've had a lot of progress.
That's right. That's the one you recommended to me, Litecoin.
Charlie Lee is the founder. Well, he just basically copied the source code and then changed like the parts of source code. The source code that was for Bitcoin, just changed that to Litecoin and then published it. So that's how he founded it. He just copied the code and just ran with it, but he's still on top of it, trying to make it better, trying to make it more public, trying to make it more friendly. So I think Litecoin has a good future. When I was here last time, Litecoin, I think it was like a 190 or 200 maybe.
I think it was in the one somethings.
Yeah, it was like one something.
It's been a while since I've heard it, but the recording, but I think it's in the one something.
Actually, it might have been like 160.
And it's up now?
And no, now it's
dropped?
Yeah, it had dropped. It dropped to like $72 like last week.
Everything dropped recently.
Yeah, everything. So then that was the feeling that I had back then, was that last year 2017 was all-time high after all-time high
record.
And then we went from like, I think it was like 900 to like 20 grand in December. And then at the beginning of the year, it kind of bleeded down like to like 17 grand.
Right.
In January, down to like 15, 13. It was struggling. And then once it broke under that 10,000 mark, that's when it's been a struggle of, is it going to stay over 8,000, 7,000? It was like at 5,000 something just like last week. Litecoin was at 72 and right now it's at 87.
Oh,
but the feeling was basically what happened last year bleeding into this year at the beginning when I was here last was, it reminded me of the previous all-time high in 2013. That year, Bitcoin went up the whole year. In December, it almost hit the price of gold. It was like at 1,200.
No shit. The price of gold.
Well, it almost hit the price of gold. I think gold was like 1,300. Bitcoin hit like 1,200.
Shit,
so it was almost one.
Right.
So then after that happened, the price crashed. There were some hacks that happened and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then 2014, by the summer, by July, Bitcoin was like at 600, so it had went down by more than half. Where if we look now, Bitcoin in December was at 20 grand, and right now It's at what?
Was it 8,000? Oh, okay, so it dropped.
Right now it says 6,688.
A few weeks ago, I was watching on TV, and they were doing an article, not an article, a report on crypto. Crypto is keyword for cryptocurrency for those newbies.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had Bitcoin at 8,000. 8,000.
Yeah.
Now it went down to 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
to 6,688. Everything went down, and the interest has gone down also, which is also what happened in 2014, 2015. But I think in 2020 is going to be a really good year.
Have you noticed that when the actual stock market goes down, does crypto get affected right away, or does it not get affected at all?
Well, I remember when the stock market had that was going down earlier in the year.
Yeah, this year. Earlier this year.
Crypto did go down with it, but crypto is its own world. And the reason why I say that is because it's a 24-hour, 24/7 system.
It doesn't close like the stock.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's no government that is over it, that has power over it. It's all just these like networks of miners. They're scattered throughout the whole world. They're the ones that keep the system running. So there is no, I mean, it's 24/7. Like New Year's, Christmas.
Never closes.
Yeah, you could be buying, you could be selling, you could be trading, whatever.
Which has its benefits, as we talked about last time, pros and cons.
Exactly.
Well, the pros is that you can get an actual real-time image of what it is at that moment.
Yeah.
The con is that it could drop at any moment.
Exactly. You can go to sleep and wake up and you could be like, half of your value is down. Yeah.
Dude, it went down 600.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could have put like 5,000
right
in, and then from that 5,000, now your balance is 1,500.
So if you're gonna use it to buy that plane ticket to Japan or something around the world, make sure you do it when it's high.
Yeah, you might want to. Yep, and make sure that you don't forget about your taxes.
Yeah,
because Uncle Sam is gonna collect. Believe me, he's gonna collect.
He's gonna come back and collect. Dude, moving to this here just for a second. Yeah. Did you see about this? This was posted a month ago. Google had a video about their assistant talking, and it talks like an actual human making a phone call. Yeah, I'm gonna play it in case you didn't hear it.
No, I haven't heard it, but I'm
gonna raise the volume here.
I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Let's say you want to ask Google.
You hear it?
To make your haircut appointment
sure.
on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real
Making sure it comes out on the microphone too.
schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
That's the CEO or one of the CEOs of Google?
I think so.
That's Google's voice.
Wow.
She's talking to a hair salon. She said, like an actual human. Isn't that shit freaky to you, man?
Wow.
You never seen this? Maybe you did.
I've never seen it, but I'm trying to grasp it.
Oh, sorry. That's AI.
Wow.
I'm gonna stop it there because you get the idea. It just
it's crazy. So for that to work,
AI, dude.
AI, for it to work, they have to have massive data sets, which is what Google has. But I went to a conference last year in California, had to do with AI.
Mm-hmm.
There's AI is not perfect.
Oh no, of course not.
It all depends on the data that they've got.
And this is like just to stop you there. This is just a demo. The guy says that they're hoping to release it by the end of this year.
Wow.
And they're gonna test it.
Yeah.
But look at how far it's gone.
Yeah, that's been a whole year. In 1 year, a lot has changed. But Google does have that massive data, all those massive data sets to make it say or whatever.
Yeah, the little
it's crazy. Yeah,
all those
crazy. Wow,
freaking AI, dude.
But I'm pretty sure that somebody out there is gonna find some kind of a fluke or a glitch, and it's gonna break the system. And hopefully it won't be me. But
Have you? Of course. Have you? Did you? I don't know if you do you listen to Radiolab?
No. What's
You
that?
heard of it? It's a podcast. It's they do. I think it's I think it's partnered with NPR. You know NPR.
Yeah, I think
So,
I've heard of him.
Radiolab is partnered by them, but I don't think they're owned by them. They're just partnered, so they have a lot of guests from NPR, and a lot of NPR sponsorships are with Radiolab. So Radiolab is a great podcast. I recommend it. They do a lot of like reports on things. So there was this one report, I think it was like a year ago, or maybe longer, where they get your voice. That there's this group of people that created this algorithm.
Yeah.
This is being recorded right now. This is going to go on the internet.
Yeah.
So they can get this podcast and the podcast from the you were here 3 months ago. They can get all your audio, put it in the computer's algorithm, and they can make you say whatever they want with the audio that they've recorded online.
Yeah.
They did it with the test of Barack Obama saying a speech. And they asked people, did you remember watching that speech or listening to that speech? And people are like, yeah, it was a great speech. And then the guy tells them, he never said that. But that's just him saying it. That's not really him.
Wow.
That's the algorithm getting his voice.
Yeah.
With all the audios that that people have recorded from C-SPAN.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? 2 terms of 8 years.
Yeah, yeah.
They compiled it and the computer makes the words.
Wow. That's
crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
So pretty soon you can just get any famous celebrity, put it on the system, and make them say things that they never said.
I mean, even when you go out in public, there's all these cameras and there's software behind it, so they can recognize your patterns in your face to know who you are.
But had you ever heard something like that? Maybe?
I've heard of software that can recognize your voice,
right?
And that can basically use like the sound waves and all of that to generate your voice.
A voice.
Yeah.
Kind of like this, the Radiolab thing.
Yeah, so I've heard of that. There's a lot of crazy stuff with software going on now.
You heard about it, but never did you ever see it in the mainstream? Like this article?
No, I didn't see it like that.
Listen to that shit, dude.
I gotta check it out.
If I find the link, it was a year ago, and they do like an episode every a lot. But if I find it, I'll have you listen to it, dude. It's fucking freaky, man.
Damn. That's
they
crazy.
They could just get my voice. I've been doing this thing for a year and just make me say whatever
they could basically
want.
frame you, set you up.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's like watching those spy movies from the 90s. Man, that'll be cool if they can ever do that. Oh well, 2018 they could do it.
Exactly. That's man, that is crazy, dude. Wow.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, the AI, everything is moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how times have changed, and they're gonna keep changing.
Yeah.
And things are gonna get more and more. They're gonna like automate a lot of more systems where there'll be people that won't have jobs, and those people that won't have those jobs, they're gonna need different skill sets.
It's already happening now.
Yeah, it's happening. Like you go to Mickey D's, you go to Walmart, you go to Sam's Club.
It's a touchscreen
checkout
in McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I went to the McDonald's right here down the street on Taft and Hiatus.
Yeah.
For example, I really go to McDonald's. This is not, I'm trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
I lost a little bit already. You've lost a lot. I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah,
but basically, I'm pretty sure it's not a McDonald's.
yeah. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong.
You have your cheat days, your cheat moments.
Yeah.
You're like, there's like, man, it's been 3 months. I want that cheeseburger, man.
No, trust me, man. I do eat.
So I go into the McDonald's and I'm like, shit, there's nobody at the register. Like really nobody.
Yeah.
And I see 5 screens, and you go up, you order. It was very simple. It even has Apple Pay and Google Pay. I use my phone, paid, and that's it. Go up to the register. What order did you have? Oh, I have order 20. Oh, okay, give me 2 minutes, and I'm out.
Damn.
I don't have to deal with a human.
Exactly.
Except the human gives me the food. So they still have humans for for the food. I guess McDonald's hasn't gone to the machines, to the AI.
But that's so what's going to happen when all of that happens is it could cause chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Like a revolution of humans versus all of this software, all of this electronic digital, like Terminator 2 almost. But
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
different
Or,
level.
or Matrix.
Yeah, like the Matrix, which we are in the Matrix, but a lot of people don't get that. But
Simulation theory.
simulation, string theory,
Like Elon Musk believes
Yeah.
that we're in a simulation.
we're in a simulation, and there could be simulations that are nested within other ones, and it could be simulation inside of another simulation, another simulation.
You know, we're jumping topics, but that's fine. Speaking of, with all the crazy shit, I was telling my wife this. With all the crazy stuff we see nowadays in the news or the media or in the world, sometimes I'm thinking we have to be in a fucking simulation. This is all like weird, you know? It's like unbelievable. And then I'm thinking to my wife, what if we're in a simulation? It's the only way that it can explain this idiocracy that's going on.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
5 times.
the
And
way
then the
that,
light turns on.
the way that a lot of stuff is automated in nature, in our bodies, our cells, it's like software. It's like a program that's just, you know, running without you even having to think about it. You know, the way that all the cycles and all the patterns, you know, seasons.
And I think Elon Musk, he even believes the theory even more after a physicist in New York. I don't remember what university in New York. Last year, and we saw it on TV, my wife and I. He found, I think he's one of the first ones to find, computer binary code in the known universe. In space, he found code.
Yeah.
In the universe.
That was physicist.
I forgot his name, dude.
His name is Gates.
So was it like a year ago or 2 years ago? Something like that, right? Very recent. If we're talking about the same person, I'm not even sure.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Dr. James Gates.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
him. He's the one that found code.
Binary code.
Yeah, code in
the universe,
in the cosmos. Yeah, which is data that's in the cosmos. So basically, he found code, but it was like a certain language. It was like a programming language.
He did find ones and zeros.
Yeah,
he
ones
found
and
a
zeros,
block,
which-
like
yeah.
not a block, but like a chain of ones and zeros.
Which everything in this world, that's all it is.
It's ones and zeros.
Everything is in binary.
Yeah.
There's male, there's female, there's daytime, there's nighttime, there's cold, there's hot, there's right, there's wrong.
On and off.
Yeah, on and off. So that's just the way that this world works. A lot of people don't get it. It goes over their head. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
A lot of people don't want to think about it because then you're going into philosophy and theoretics, and they rather
people,
just simplify it.
People don't want to be woke.
Exactly.
They just want to be asleep.
They didn't take the red pill.
They didn't take the red pill, but they sure as hell took that fucking blue pill.
The blue pill.
Yep.
And they're still taking it every day.
Yep, taking it every day.
Maybe sometimes they get a hint of the red pill or the...
Yeah.
But they're like, nah, that's too freaky. They don't want to grasp it.
It's true, but
and it sucks because if a lot of people, not I don't mean that everybody should be woke, but if more people were woke, man, the possibilities.
Yeah, the world would be different. We wouldn't have all the issues we have now with the border, with kids being
in cages,
taken away from their parents in cages, like treated like animals. Like that's crazy. That's
one of one of the things recently that I told my wife. We have to be in a simulation. How can people be doing this to people, and especially America? Taking away children from their families.
Exactly.
No other country that does illegal immigration and deports, they don't separate their kids.
Yeah, and put you in a cage. Like that's what you do to a dog.
We're just gonna take your kid and give him a bath. We'll bring him back. They never go back.
I don't know. I don't like cages even for like dogs, for animals, for birds. Like I just believe everybody should be free, and to do that, that's a mess. But yeah, like there's got to be something to it. We might be in a hard drive.
Maybe the hard drive's glitching. That's what we see those spikes in madness. Like
they gotta upgrade to like SSD or something. A hard disk drive.
Maybe it's being full to capacity and it can't keep it.
Man, they gotta defrag it.
No, they can't defrag it. Then everything gets erased.
Oh man.
We gotta avoid defragging.
Wow.
They just have to copy it to a bigger hard drive.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something, man. Because I don't know. That's crazy.
It is freaking crazy, dude. The whole going back to Gates. Yeah, that's crazy about how he found binary in the known universe.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk went off. He's like, I
Yeah.
believe it 100%. We are. And there's another philosopher that I listen to. He has a podcast. I don't know. His name is Sam Harris.
Mm-hmm.
He's a neuroscientist / philosopher.
Wow.
He has a lot of smart ass people, like geniuses on his podcast.
Yeah.
He has physics.
Mm-hmm.
What else does he have? He has a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
He has authors, intellectuals.
Yeah.
So he had this conversation about a couple months ago on his podcast that he says that his theory is that percent quote, but paraphrase what he said is that he doesn't believe that people have free will.
That's very
now a lot of people are grown up and made believe that you have free will, but in his explanation, the hypothesis is that there is no free will. Everything's outlined or set. You only have two choices.
Binary.
Ones and zeros. Going back to that.
Yeah.
Now, when people say the expression, "Oh my God, this happened," I almost, if I would have not stopped at that red light, that car would have hit me. I saw the car going at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then
It's
that's
true.
just an example of what people say, that I guess free will or other things. He says, no, you chose that. That was you was either A or B, and you chose B. But if you would have gone with A, this would have happened.
Yeah.
If you go with B, that would have happened.
The outcome, yeah.
That's it. You only have two.
So the Oracle, that's who he sounds like.
Yeah, he's bending the term free will and saying it. No, there's really is no free will. If you think about it deep enough, like he thinks about it.
I mean, I guess we do in a way sometimes. I guess when I look at certain things in my life, choices that I made, I guess, I might have already made the choice, but I have to understand why. And sometimes we don't understand past the choices. We don't, we can't see past choices we don't fully grasp.
Right.
We don't understand it. So we can't see past it. We're just stuck on that. So it makes sense.
When I heard that shit, I was like, whoa, it's making sense to me.
Yeah, it's a very deep concept, but that goes back into like the whole Matrix thing.
Yeah.
Where it could be where...
Or a simulation thing.
Yeah, simulation. And then you can also take it a step further and say, well, that's in this version of the
universe?
Multiverse.
Right, the universe.
Universe being one, but multiverse being multiple. So in this iteration of the multiverse, I went with choice A. Mm-hmm. But in the other... instance, I made choice B, and the outcome was that, but that's happening somewhere else.
Right, whatever you want to call it. In the 80s, there was a group of scientists that said there was about 13 or 12 different dimensions, also known as universes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in the past 10 years, a group of scientists and physicists have gotten together and saying, nope, there's more than that. There's possibly hundreds of variations of universes or dimensions, however you want to call it. There's a lot of possibilities, more than 12.
Yeah. Quantum physics is really going to open up that world. That's the word,
quantum physics, yeah.
Yeah. It's moving along really fast. You can look at what they're doing in CERN.
Yeah, CERN is crazy.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about CERN, the God particle.
Yeah, the God particle.
Did you see it?
The Hadron Collider, yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
CERN, I love that documentary.
Yeah, they're trying to bend time. They're trying to do a lot of crazy, deep stuff. A lot of people don't even know about it.
They don't know it.
But, I mean, it's just crazy how... the internet supposedly was made by somebody in CERN way back when.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Al Gore.
Talking about talking about the internet from the early 90s or the internet from the government sort of created in the 60s just to send email from one military base to another.
I think it was the 90s.
The more recent one?
Yeah, the 90s. I think that the guy came up with the World Wide Web protocol or something like that. It was some protocol.
It was in the late 80s, but it didn't start until the early 90s. I think he came up with it in the 80s because I heard a radio. I don't think it was Radio Lab.
Yeah.
I think it was a tech stuff podcast.
Yeah.
And the tech stuff, they always talk about anything in tech. That's how it's made. They give you they could break it down into the very beginning.
Yeah, because the thing is, when the web was starting, it was very hard to set up standards. So protocols are made. The internet protocol, the send mail transfer protocol, like all these different protocols to send email, to send data back and forth, to publish content, even like languages like HTML, JavaScript.
Right.
So that's what really the government had, that capability to transmit data, but it wasn't really visual. It wasn't really,
They
that's what came after.
probably didn't have the researchers or the funding at the time. They were like, and
Unless
then
if they did have it, but they kept it on the low.
right,
And,
you never know.
They had some secret,
Of
secret
course.
stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
who knows? They probably have like portals and stuff that we don't even know.
We don't even know about.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's just freaking crazy how a lot of things that happen these days, or even that I look back and or try to remember, man, this happened, and then that's where Sam Harris was going into the whole that we don't have free will, because he's like, everything happens. He didn't want to say like your life is set out and it's in stone, like this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, what he was trying to say is that you have multiple choices, but those choices are set.
Yeah.
You can choose either option. So it's sort of free will, but not really, in his
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of sense to me. I was
Yeah.
like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because some people say, oh, it's a miracle. And then his theory is,
Yeah.
it's not a miracle.
Exactly.
If that person did this, it was bound to happen.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of modern day philosophers that I hear on podcasts.
I mean,
we always go back to like the ancient ones, like Socrates and
Yeah.
know and Plato and all this, but there were geniuses for their time, but
yeah, for their time, but times are different now.
They're different.
Yeah, things are more digital. Things are just different than they were back then.
like Kurzweil is another one, but he's a
Yeah.
modern one.
Yeah. Kurzweil.
He actually recently pushed back the singularity. It was supposed to be 2045.
Yeah,
Now he
yeah,
pushed
yeah.
it to 2051.
Yeah.
I think 2051, something like that.
Yeah, he's pushing. Yeah, I mean, because there's still, the thing is, a lot of this is software based, and
Can you explain
There's
the
still-
singularities? People are probably like, "What the fuck is a singularity?" Just like in a
it's
nutshell.
basically the merging of machine and man.
Yeah.
Where we can upload our consciousness to the cloud or some kind of a internet, if you will.
We kind of have some of that right now.
Yeah.
When you see 3D printed prosthetics, a person's
Yeah,
missing their
exactly.
arm, and a lot of people think about it like, that's not really merging. I'm like, yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
And Kurzweil has said it. You're merging something that's man-made
Exactly.
with the body
Yeah.
to fulfill an act. His act
Yeah.
is he has a hand now. He can
Yeah.
grab things, brush his teeth. Before he had nothing.
Yeah. And basically, one of the things that one of the speakers at the conference I went to in California said that about that, the singularity is it's kind of happening now where people are using like different like fitness trackers like the Fitbit and stuff
Right.
for their health. It has to do with your life,
Right.
but and our phones also. I mean, it's not physically a part of us.
Right.
Like, I guess I'm wearing this Fitbit tracker and it's kind of part of me.
But it's connected to your body. Is what he's trying to say, sort of?
Yeah, that it's basically, even though it's not
Attached.
physically, like it's not like inside of my body.
It's not embedded.
Yeah, it's not. I'm still using the software and everything to use it as a driver for certain health goals.
So his explanation is that the singularity is here now in its early stages.
Yeah, in its early stages where we're using a lot of, as far as in like healthcare, we're using a whole lot of tech now where you don't even have to go to the doctor's office. You can have like a FaceTime kind of thing where they can diagnose you.
I know somebody that has had a heart issue, and now the doctor told him, look, we have this new tech. You can you attach this to your chest. It doesn't get in the way. It's very comfortable. If it detects an irregularity, it's going to send the doctor a text message. He's going to look at his phone. If he sees the irregularities on his screen, he's going to text her back or call this patient and say, go to the emergency room.
Wow.
That was freaky shit. I was like, whoa, this
Yeah.
is like some Star Trek shit.
That is crazy. That's what they do. They're using stuff like that now. Even like pills you could swallow.
Right.
That it'll know after X amount of hours, it'll text you and tell you, hey, you got to take your pill in 30
Really?
minutes, whatever. Yeah.
That's being tested?
Yeah, that's being tested.
Like nanomachines and shit in the body?
Nanotechnology, yeah.
Oh,
and nanotech could also be a bad thing too,
Mm-hmm.
because it's something we can't see with our eyes.
Microscope.
So, you know, the U.S. government or some kind of a company or
Mhm.
somebody with, you know, mal-will can
Implant.
put nanotech in water and food and could put a bunch of crazy
Right.
shit in there that who knows what it could do to our bodies. It
Yeah,
could
yeah.
possibly cause waves or something to happen that, you know.
Yeah, or make
So-
us think something.
Yeah, make us think something or I don't know. So
Inception level.
nanotech is cool. It's here, but it's could be very creepy.
Everything has a good and a bad.
Exactly.
It
Which
depends on to
goes
the
into binary.
right. It goes back to the end user, how they want to use
Yeah,
it. Do they want to
exactly.
use it to help themselves or help people around, or do they want to hurt people?
The end user is who?
We don't know yet. We
Yeah.
don't know. It could be
Yeah.
the person listening.
Mhm.
We don't know.
Exactly.
That's
But yeah. So the singularity, going back to that, is
right to the conference.
basically just it's here in its early stages where a lot of people are using like different apps for health, you know, for personal health, and then
Mhm.
like doctors and different specialists are using software to like help treat patients to get them the
Monitor
health care that
sleep.
they need. Yeah, stuff like that. So, but in the future, what Ray Kurzweil, what he his vision is basically will be integrated with some kind of a hardware, software
Mm-hmm.
in our bodies where we won't be human, we'll be like a hybrid kind of a digital human.
Have you seen on YouTube, or I don't know where I've seen it, but I've seen it recently that this group of people, they made this software and they put this little like sensor that I'm sure has like you know, some kind of motherboard on it on a bug. For example, the bug is a beetle,
Yeah.
and they just get a remote control or their cell phone. They go up on the joystick, and the beetle goes forward. They go back, the beetle goes back. So they're controlling the beetle.
Yeah. That is crazy, dude. I haven't heard of that, but
Yeah,
wow.
it's on
That-
YouTube. I forgot the
that's
name of the
crazy.
team. They're there and they're just controlling the bug,
Wow.
roaches, and they're now trying to get it to work on like dragonflies and bees.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. Wow.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, dude. This world is gonna change, man. I'd give it like another 20 years, maybe give it another 5-10 years.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Kurzweil said that
Because-
there's going to be a big leap in the next 6 years. A big leap.
yeah. I mean, the thing that we need more. We need more of our youth and throughout the world to get into software to learn, because that's really what's gonna help push everything.
Right. And that's why Google's, you know, for example, Google, Amazon
Yeah.
is hiring all these people from high school. Even they don't
Yeah.
even have to go to college. They don't.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not really focusing on college graduates.
Exactly.
If you're in high school and you can do this,
Yeah.
they'll give you a job
Yeah. Yeah. Google is very flexible. That's why they've grown so much.
very quick.
Yeah, very quick too. But it's crazy.
But they want to hire a lot more Americans. But I was reading a study, an article that a lot of Americans are going into tech though, which is kind of sad. You're seeing more internationals, and
Yeah.
then Google
Yeah.
gives them a job,
Indians.
right? Or
Uh-huh.
people from Europe,
Yeah.
South
Asians.
America even.
Yeah.
They're hiring a lot of people from South America, so
Yeah,
people in
yeah.
South America are getting a lot of like tech
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
But people here in America are not getting as much as the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Just to me, it's kind
Exactly.
of silly.
It is. I mean, we
We used to be the tech
We-
powers,
yeah, we
and
used
now
to
we kind of
innovate.
slacked in the
Yeah,
last 20 years.
yeah.
We're slacking.
we've innovated so much for the whole world in this country, and I think whichever country is like the software country of the world, like that's gonna be like the newest leader.
Dude, China. For everybody was like, oh, China's the biggest communist
Yeah.
power in the world. They're not. They just focus on this and this and this, and they're not that tech savvy, dude. In the last 20 years, we've been proven wrong. They've come up with some more advanced shit
They're very
with
smart.
drones and just computers and how they block and filter the internet. They have like the best VPN in the world.
Yeah.
They block everything.
Yeah.
Nothing gets past them.
They block everything. Yup.
Dude,
There's no proxy you can use.
and for people to say, like, I've seen articles online, oh, China's not that tech savvy. That's not true, man.
That's crazy.
They're
man.
I think they're one of the tech superpowers, if not the top ones right now. They have to be. They're up there. And just, you know, anything, even AI, they're doing their own AI. They haven't announced it because, you know, they keep everything hush hush.
Yeah.
But there's people within the government that have leaked and said, yeah, they're working on AI.
AI, the thing with AI and with the AI robots that are coming out now that look kind of human,
Right?
like humanoid looking.
You mean like the sex robots from that guy in what is it, Europe? I think it was Holland or Sweden or something.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah,
what,
dude.
what happened? With
Okay, that one I forgot. There was an article about it. Her name is maybe you can Google it. Her name is not Harley. Just Google
let me
Google sex robot in Europe or something. See what, dude, that shit looks
Sex
lifelike.
robot Europe.
And the guy, he invented it, and he gave her name, and he's like, yeah, she's my best friend.
Wow.
You see it?
No, it's loading. It's
Loading.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need my Wi-Fi password?
No,
Or you got it?
I
Okay.
got the Wi-Fi here.
Got it. But it's funny, dude. Like the
Wow.
he
But I
came
mean,
up with it.
what the scary part of if they start giving citizenship, which they already have, the Saudis gave citizenship to a robot, Sophia.
I
is
heard
her
of-
name. This was like on November 8th. Like it was actually no, it was in October. It was right before I came back from Cali. And what if they do that here? If they give citizenship to robots here, like U.S. government.
But why would they
AI,
give citizenship to a robot? Is a robot fully AI? I don't think so, right? Or
It'll be
no?
fully AI. But like, let's say it's an AI robot that its sole purpose, it's programmed for, is just to like block people off of the border. And it's a super soldier
Right.
robot AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's a U.S. property. It's a U.S. citizen. It's a U.S. Military force. So if they have that up and down the border, these AI robots that are guns, you can't kill them only if you have like a EMP or something.
Right, and you're saying citizen. So if somebody were to damage it, it's a crime.
It's a crime,
'Cause
exactly.
it's a citizen.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
man.
So how is that going to work in the world? Who's going to be president when that shit happens? And how is the world going to work? Like, how big are these robots going to be? Is it going to be 6 feet tall? Is it going to be a 20-foot tall, like Sentinel looking robot, like on some X-Men shit? Or, what is this going to be? So
yeah,
that's stuff that people got to think about that maybe they're not thinking about. What do you think about that? If they start giving citizenship,
the whole thing that you said in November or October, they gave citizenship to a robot in Saudi Arabia. Now that you mentioned it, it's coming back to me, but I don't know too much about it. Did they explain why they did that? Is there a purpose for that robot? Do you recall?
It's not really a purpose for.
But they just wanted to be first to declare citizenship.
Yeah, they just wanted to basically, be like the first. Oh yeah, we're the first country gave citizenship to an AI robot. She's not perfectly programmed, but she does do a few things. But still, it's nothing crazy. But my whole thing is that's the country did that.
Right.
And I guess it's a way to like break the ice and to get people, I guess, kind of used to, hey, look, this is just a robot. It's an actual citizen. It's a person. But if they do that here and they give these super soldier robots citizenship, but they can't even give hardworking people citizenship, that would be fucked up. Yeah, that's her. So how does that work? You're going to give citizenship to these robots.
Right.
But not citizenship to people that are willing to come to this country and work hard.
So I got this article here. Everything you need to know about Sophia, the world's first robot granted citizenship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sophia. So
that's crazy.
I'm just saying this just happened not even a whole year ago. So
8 months ago.
Yeah.
9 months
So
ago.
in the next 6 years, how's that going to work? Like, what is the crime going to be? What's the penalty going to be if you scratch one of these robots, if you talk back? You know, of course, it's going to capture footage of you hitting it or whatever, or
Right.
doing whatever. It's going to have cameras, microphones.
It's recording
Yeah,
everything.
it'll have Wi-Fi to send
Yeah.
out, you know. So, and it's going to be, it's going to have weapons on it, weaponized, maybe to shock you, maybe to blind you, maybe to deafen you. I don't know.
There was somebody, maybe a year or two ago, on that very controversial website WikiLeaks,
Yeah, yeah.
that leaked out documents that says that DARPA, is it DARPA,
Yeah.
is working on a militarized robot.
Well, that's
They have the
happening,
funding for it, the budget set
of
aside.
course, which is most likely from the federal government.
Yeah, of course.
contracts and stuff. So that's just the way of the world, man. It's that's why I think if people awaken, we could turn things around. If more people get into software, maybe we could find ways to hack these robots and like
Not only hack them, but like you said, but maybe create things that better society.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
Make it easier.
Yeah, make things, yeah, exactly. Where the government won't have to intervene. Us as citizens, as humans, we can make our world a better place. We can do better things to make people's lives easier and better.
But where does it end? For example, if we keep going as we are and having machines create things in factories, for example, like
Yeah.
cars have been created by robots for like the past 30 years. Now they're getting more sophisticated. Tesla, their
Yeah.
factories, there's no
Automated.
human in there at
Yeah,
all.
Yeah.
Everything's robotic in Tesla,
Yeah. Tony
from what I've
Stark.
seen. Yeah. So where does it end? Where does society draw the line and say, okay, we can't, if we keep going
Revolution.
if we keep going so far ahead, where are humans going to have a role in society? Because now it's going to be mostly
Yeah.
robots.
Yeah, it'll be a automated world. A revolution will be necessary because
So
The thing is-
do we draw a line and say, yeah, we can't cross this line. We can't have robots become teachers. But in some country, I think it was in some Asian country. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was South Korea. I'm thinking it was South Korea, but maybe it might be Japan.
mhm.
They have a professor in a university teaching a course.
Wow.
A robot
Yeah.
professor.
Yeah.
I was blown. I was like, what the heck? And they're like, yeah, it's legit. They
Yeah.
have it there.
I mean,
So that's one less human professor.
exactly. And there's just so many things. Like there's robots that could vacuum your floor. You know, you got dishwashers. Like there's just so many automated tools. Either a revolution would have to happen where people step up and they fight back, or maybe they can
But
just
fight back how? Like they fight
from the guy that
created this?
from one of the speakers in the conference. He was talking about this stuff, and he would kind of freak me out. When
Oh,
was
he did talk
talking
about it in
this.
the conference?
Yeah, there was a speaker. He was like a futurist type of guy.
Right.
And he was saying that a revolution is very possible, but it'll be a chaotic one. It won't be like the revolution when like industry started taking off, when the railroad and the steam engine and stuff,
Right.
people had their pitchforks and all that, you know, farmers.
Mhm.
This would be more like people be in the streets with their AKs, you know, with their guns
Mhm.
and
And
you know,
those are his words, more or less.
his words, exactly his words. That's what he said, with their AKs, with their guns, not with no pitchforks.
Uh-huh.
And because everything you said about cars, so Uber, Lyft, no, that's going to be like automated driving.
Uber said in 5 years they're planning. Well, they already started, but then they took them off because they had an
Yeah,
accident.
Exactly.
You know, glitch in the matrix for Uber.
Yeah.
They killed 2 people.
Which means if all cars are automated, then there'll be one company, which is what he said, which would be like a fleet company, which you can use to have as your vehicle to drive you around.
Mm-hmm.
So car insurance, that's going to be gone. There will be laws that will say,
Or at least a little bit less because it's so fucking expensive, dude.
well, I mean, basically what it would be, what he said was that the automakers would be the ones that would cover any, car accidents or whatever, because everything is programmed into these cars to drive perfectly. There's databases, data warehouses that have all the accidents and the, all the history of all the, bugs and everything in the software that they fixed and patched up. So they should not expect any accidents or anything, but they will cover anything that happens. So the automaker will be like the new car insurance.
For example, the car insurance or automaker, or let's say car insurance, let's say, I don't know, fucking Allstate, will say, well, Tesla has great track record of automated cars, but Ford doesn't. So Ford's insurance rate is still going to be a little higher than Tesla's. Maybe
well, it would probably be
because they have better software than Ford. Ford's software isn't all that. But now if Ford does a new update like version 10.0, then Geico or Allstate might say, you know what, we're gonna give them a discount because now they fixed it.
Well, what he said was that this fleet company would basically be like the main company that would make these vehicles, and I guess that they could have like companies under them like Ford and Tesla and whatever.
Right.
But that they would cover anything. So Allstate wouldn't be around.
Got it.
Geico wouldn't be around. There wouldn't be that'll be gone. And then that there'll be laws that humans cannot operate vehicles. That's what he said.
Eventually, that we will not be able to drive a car.
Yeah, there'll be a law that would say that we cannot operate vehicles. And when he said that, I was like, man. So then it made sense as to why people would rise up. But I think if anything, we should have like sections where maybe in this part of the world or in this part of the country, you could drive, you could do whatever you want. If you want to. One way that I think that driving should be restricted is the highway. Yeah. We're not meant to drive at incredible speeds, man. Yeah. That's why a lot of people get road rage because they're driving 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. Yeah. Some idiot cuts them off. People automatically, your body's endorphins go up, your adrenaline goes up, and that causes you to get upset and get road rage because your brain can't handle that. You're stopping at a rate. Your brain is focused on going 70 miles an hour, and we're not meant to go that fast, dude. It's true. Humans are not meant to go that speed. But now AI, a self-driving car, they're meant to go lightning speed. They can handle it. They can handle it. Yeah.
I've seen tests on Ford doing that, and highways that are like closed off. Yeah, the car is going 100 miles an hour, no incidents.
That's crazy. I mean,
that's one way that I think it would benefit humanity.
Yes,
on the highway. Now, when the car gets off the highway and it goes off the ramp, I think that's when it's just ask you or the driver, do you want to take control and allow you to drive because you're in the city, you're driving 20, 30 miles an hour. Yeah. At least that's a good, my opinion, if I was in charge, that's a good payoff because you're still driving, but not 90 miles an hour. Yeah. Now these speed demons, but I want to drive 90 miles an hour. I love the feeling of speed. Yeah. Get a motorcycle. You really don't feel the sense of speed in a car that much. Exactly. You're inside with the windshields taking off most of the resistance, Wow. On a motorcycle, there is no resistance. You're just getting a full front of the wind. And
yeah, it's true. I mean, now, there are benefits. Yeah, of course, it's going to make the streets safer. There'll be less accidents, less deaths. So that means that there'll be more humans around.
Right. So, overpopulation.
Exactly. What are all these humans going to do now?
That's where nobody really has an answer.
I guess, and this is all what he was estimating, like within the next 20 years. So he was saying by 2050. Actually, that's 30 years.
30 years?
32 years.
Almost 32 years.
Yeah, basically by around when the whole singularity, 2050 and before that, but within the next 10 years that we should the world should be completely different. If you look at the world a decade ago, we had internet. A lot of people were on dial-up, AOL.
Dude, it's changed so much in the last 10 years.
Well, actually, no, that was 2008.
Well, no. I'm gonna add. Yeah. So in 2008, that's when I think Facebook went public. Public that they allowed people with that you don't need an edu address to have a Facebook account. Yeah. I think as of 2008 and before, Facebook started in 2003. So from 2003 to 2008, you had to be a college or university student to have Facebook. In 2008, they took it off. They're like, no, we're opening it to everybody.
Yeah.
It has changed a lot because. Facebook has connected people all over the world. There's
It
a
has.
billion, 1.3 billion people on Facebook right
Yeah.
now, as the last time I checked.
I wonder how many of those are actually fake.
Or fake, right?
Yeah.
But 1.3 billion is
Yeah.
their account. And I'm thinking the population of the world is 7.5 billion.
From what, according to the census data that they've got, it could be more. It could be
When we
less.
were born in the 80s,
Mhm.
the population of the world was 5.2 billion.
Wow,
It's gone 2 billion in less
That's
than 30
crazy.
years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is insane, dude.
Wow.
Or around that time. It's probably gone maybe
Yeah.
1.5 billion, but that's still very
That's a lot.
quick.
That's a lot of humans.
A lot of love making.
See, the reason why is because they didn't have Facebook back then.
They didn't have
so-
nothing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There was no internet. There was no internet to distract them.
There
No
was no
World of
internet, yeah.
Warcraft.
Oh shit.
No YouTube.
Yeah, they didn't have YouTube. They didn't have Instagram where people just
No
keep on scrolling
Amazon.
all day.
No Amazon Alexa. Watch.
Yeah.
I said her name. Now she's gonna turn. Okay, never mind.
Wow.
She would have said, "What do you want, sir?"
Oh, man.
Yeah, this house is connected. There's one there in the kitchen.
Wow.
A little
Yeah.
dot, and then I had the new one. The
Wow.
next to the TV, next to that picture frame, is the new Fire TV Cube.
Oh, cool.
So it's the Echo
yeah.
and the Fire TV combined. It just
Oh,
came out like
nice.
2 weeks ago.
Damn.
It's badass because
I
I could
have to
just
get
say I
that.
could just say turn on TV, the TV turns on.
Oh, really? Wow. That's,
watch,
dude.
Alexa, turn on TV. There, boom,
Damn. That easy?
that
Wow.
easy, dude. That's good for people that are disabled.
Exactly. Yeah. People that are handicapped,
Yeah.
people that are, the elderly, people that are sick, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome, dude.
Oh, wait a second. I think the TV was already on, so she turned it off. Alexa, turn on TV. Okay, now she's doing it. Yeah, there
Wow.
you go.
That's awesome, dude. Smart devices everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Connected
She's recording everything.
But
It's-
see,
it's-
what I wonder also is with all of this wireless, like all these waves, and now the like 5G,
Mhm.
because that supposedly is gonna affect humans in a bad way.
You've heard about that?
Yeah,
I haven't heard about that.
the 5G,
Technology for cell
Yeah.
phones and
that it's supposedly more harmful to. It's gonna be more harmful to your health.
so the human body.
harmful for
Huh.
overall. So that's what I've heard. So I wonder.
Is that why it hasn't been released full mainstream yet? Because it was supposed to be released last year, and
Yeah.
they put a stop to it.
Yeah.
I remember trying to research this and finding out why they put a stop to it. Their only answer was, "Oh, it's still not ready."
Mind control or something. I don't know.
Yeah. AT&T's like, yeah, not
I
yet,
don't
not
know.
yet. Verizon's like, no,
Yeah.
not yet.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've been reading. That, but then I wonder, like with like smart devices everywhere, like there's so many waves everywhere.
Mhm.
I wonder if that affects us. Like
It
in
has
the
to,
level.
even though there's been studies that say they don't. But a lot of people now, I'm one of the people that I don't like putting the phone next
Yeah.
to my ear.
I don't either.
I use the Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's what I
Or
do too.
if my battery's low,
Headphones.
I use a wired
Yeah,
connector.
that's what I do too. Headphones.
I don't like, or my car.
Yeah.
My car has Bluetooth, so I just
Oh,
talk.
cool. Yeah.
I don't like using it. Or if I'm home and I don't have anything, I just put speaker.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like
yeah.
having my phone next to
Yeah.
me because, dude,
Yeah.
you could tell that thing gets hot, dude.
It
And
does. It
something-
gets hot. Yeah.
There's things going in and out
Yeah.
every
Yep.
second.
Yep. There is.
I'm very afraid of that. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my phone near my
Yeah.
ear.
I don't like to either.
And if
Even-
I do
even
have to, it's like
sleeping.
for like a minute. Hey, yo,
Yeah.
where are you? Okay, make a left here in the corner. Oh, okay, bye. Then I just hang up, like in and
Yeah.
out, quick.
No, but even like sleeping, I don't like the phone like right
Next
next
to me.
my bed.
Yeah.
I give myself some
Dude,
space.
I had to tell my wife. Hopefully she hears some of these podcasts. So, I had to tell her, don't put the phone under your pillow, because sometimes she falls asleep. She's playing a game, and
Mhm.
it's subconsciously. She, instead of
Yeah.
putting it on her night table and turning it off,
Yeah.
she accidentally puts it under her pillow. When she falls asleep with
wow.
it, and then
Yeah.
I'm sleeping and I hear a bzzz, bzzz, and I'm like, she's getting a text from her
Yeah.
family or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh,
Wow.
and I'm a light sleeper, so I have to get it up. I have to get the phone, put it over there.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen
Wow,
often.
dude.
It happens,
Yeah. No,
But
but yeah,
yeah.
that I don't like that. I mean,
Too much blue light.
yeah, I mean, everybody's different, but that's just too much. Like, I don't think it's healthy to have your phone all up next to you or all up on you like all the time.
The best time that my wife and I, this is the only reason I married her. We were on the cruise for our honeymoon in May last month. And we went on a cruise last year, the first time that I've ever been on one and she ever been on one.
Cool.
So the first thing I asked her, or she was concerned, is like, are we going to have phone service on the cruise?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, yeah, you can. But AT&T charges like $4 a minute.
Yeah.
For data and voice.
Wow.
And she's crazy. Like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? And I go, I got an answer. I got a solution. There's a safe in the room. Put the phone in there. I'm doing that. Disconnected, dude. It was the best week of my life.
Wow.
And her too. She was like, Robert, this is so free. Like you feel
offline
like you're off the grid.
Yeah,
even though we're not really off
luxury,
even though you're not really off the grid because we're on a boat with electric engines and stuff.
Yeah.
And electricity and
yeah.
But dude, it was amazing.
Good,
and we went again this last month. Everybody, we went in a group. It was my brother and her daughter and her daughter's girlfriend.
Yeah. We
went and we all disconnected, dude. It was the best.
Good. I did that like a couple weeks ago, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, like just for the weekend. I just
disconnected.
Unplugged. Had my phone. Yeah, I unplugged. I got out of the matrix. I logged off for a couple days and then I came back because sometimes, and then just do stuff like go to the park, go outside, sometimes. Get some fresh air. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because there's a lot of times just with the phones and stuff, like. People have changed. Like
we're not meant for that.
People are not present. Yeah. Like you can be somewhere with somebody or like a group of people, your family, whoever, and everybody's on their phone. Like everybody's physically present, but they're not there.
I'll give you an example. And this is the co-host Javier. He recently went on his honeymoon like a month ago. So he got married. I went to his wedding in March. He went to the honeymoon a month ago. No, not a month ago. Yeah, June. We're now in July. Sorry, my brain is a little fucked up with the whole. I thought yesterday was Friday, dude, because I go to the movies last night. Oh, shit. I went to see fucking The First Purge.
Oh, The First Purge.
Do you like those movies?
Yeah, I actually like The Purge that came out in.
Which one? This is the fourth one. There was 3 before.
I think it was the second.
The second one was Anarchy, and that's the best one so far.
I think that was the one. Was that the one in 2014?
14.
Yes,
that's the best one.
That was the best one, dude. It was like
because it's freaky.
It's freaky thinking about that this country and can turn to shit.
And thinking about the things that are politically that are happening now.
Yeah,
that's like. That movie's so eerie, close that could happen.
Exactly.
And in this first Purge, without ruining it, you gotta check it out. I think you'll love it.
I have seen the first Purge, but I think that there's
the new one that came out yesterday. It's called The First Purge. It's a prequel. This takes it back to how the Purge began.
Oh, okay. So how they passed that law for the?
You gotta watch it, dude. If you like the Purge 2, you're gonna love the Purge. This one.
I gotta check it out,
dude.
I gotta see if it's
it
on
is
Cody.
So wherever. It is so fucking eerie, man. My wife was watching because
the first Purge,
the new one that came out yesterday. It's called The First Purge.
Wow, so that one is the one that's eerie.
That one is eerie because it talks about and it shows clips of what's happening now.
Donald Trump.
No, it doesn't show him at all. That's what I like about the movie. They don't mention him.
Okay.
They just call him. They call the president POTUS.
Okay, POTUS. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
President.
Yeah.
They don't mention him by name. Actually, they do have a president, but it's not him. It's just somebody else. And the personality of the president, you see it for like 2 seconds. It's not like Trump's personality, but
he's not on his phone.
No, he's not on his phone tweeting. No. No, he's not tweeting. Shit. No, but it's just eerie because you see, and it tells you. Inflation is going crazy and this and that and violence and this and that, and they show you actual clips of CNN and C-SPAN and all these news reports from all over the world. They blur out their faces because they don't have the right, so you can tell it's real clips. And they're like, what do we do? And then if you've seen The Purge and The Purge 2 and 3 was election year. That was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the great as part 2. Part 2 was amazing.
Yeah. Anarchy was
amazing. So in Anarchy, when they're in that freaking warehouse, who comes in? The Resistance and then helps them.
Yeah.
Well, the Resistance in the first Purge, they don't mention it much because this is the beginning of it. You see the beginning of the new founding fathers of America is what they call it in the movie. It's not a Democrat because there was 2 parties, Democrats and Republicans. This is a new party decided to run.
Yeah.
and they call themselves the new founding fathers of America.
Yeah, the new founding fathers. That name alone
is fucking scary, dude.
is
It's
scary, dude. Because it's like fuck George Washington and all these other guys.
Fuck the Republicans.
Yeah.
Fuck the Democrats.
Yeah.
This is this is us.
Yeah.
New founding fathers.
Yeah.
And it's weird because they seem to me the way they're portrayed. I can't spoil it. All I'm gonna say is that the way they're portrayed, they're kind of like an alt right and alt liberal, because there is alt liberals too that they're fucking psychotic too.
Yeah.
In
So,
my
like-
opinion,
like
they're mixed together.
Yeah.
And they're mixing the alt right and the alt liberals together to make the new founding fathers of America group in
So
the movie.
like Alex Jones mixed with
With like fucking Antifa or something. Yeah, it was serious with like Antifa,
damn, that's
dude.
wild, dude.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch
Wow,
it.
I gotta watch it, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, definitely gotta watch it. That's what I used to like about when Anarchy came out, the first one, and then when Anarchy came out,
Yeah.
it was like, this is kind of fun because it's like a summer kind of movie.
But
right around
during that time, Obama was still in office
He
when
was,
when the
yes,
second
yes,
one
yes,
came out.
yes.
The first one was Ethan
Yeah.
Hawke, and that
Yeah.
was a good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like how it ended because it was a very low. They
Yeah.
were testing the waters.
Yeah.
But when Anarchy came
When
out,
Anarchy, yeah.
Obama was in his
Obama,
last
yeah.
term, his last
Yeah.
year,
You
and
don't- I
that
didn't
was
know
a
it.
massive. Nobody
Yeah, I didn't
knew that
know
was
what the
gonna
hell was gonna happen.
Now with this current
Oh, man.
administration, you're
Yeah,
like, whoa,
it's worse. It's like, damn,
dude.
I thought it was bad.
My wife at the end of the movie, she's like, Robert, that movie scared me. I'm like, why? Because it can possibly happen.
Damn, dude, I'm gonna watch that movie.
Yeah,
today,
you
man.
gotta watch it,
Oh,
dude.
man. Wow, damn, dude.
My wife was freaked out. She's like, it can
Damn.
possibly happen, Robert.
Wow.
I'm like, what do you mean? Look at the administration we have now.
Exactly. Oh man.
Oh man, so I forgot what I was saying. So I was saying, damn, that's a good question. And I hope if this was live, people could be tweeting me. This is
Yeah.
what you were talking
Yeah.
about. What was I
Oh,
talking
man.
about before I went on to the purge?
You're talking about the sex robot in Europe.
No, but after that, that's way after. What were we talking about? We were discussing something right before I went into the purge rant. Damn. I should have not smoked so much, dude. That fucked me up. That fucked me up.
Oh man. I think
Too much coffee.
Yeah, I think it was the
We were talking about AI in cars, right?
Yeah, AI in cars, about the laws, and,
Right. And then I went into the thing about the purge. Damn, I blanked out, dude. We both did.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, and anyways,
Was it about the citizenship?
we touched on that, but it wasn't the last thing on my
Okay.
mind. There was something else. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'll just go on the purge because maybe talking about it it'll bring it back. Yeah, it's scary, dude. That movie.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
looking at it
it's-
now with this administration.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's just
scary.
crazy, man. Like, you don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, even like on a global scale, like there's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah.
China, Turkey, the Middle East. Like, China is basically trying to show that, hey, we have a big army. We have
Going
the technology.
to Asia. Now the president met Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, ill. Not
yeah,
Un
yeah,
is
yeah,
dead.
Yeah.
A month ago or so. Over a month. And they talked some shit. They didn't really want to discuss what they talked about. And before the meeting, North Korea said, "No, we're no longer going to do our nuclear testing. We're ending it."
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days ago, there's a word on the internet that he's starting his nuclear program again. What the fuck is going on, dude? Like, didn't these guys meet? Did Trump tell him, "Hey, maybe you should start the program again," or don't? Like, what the fuck was the conversation that they both have?
I don't know, unless if he's trying to be bold and trying to make a move to show, hey, I don't care, I'm gonna run my country how I want.
The word is that he's starting it again.
Wow, I mean,
It's on the media. I can't believe everything on the media, but
of course.
there's a lot of fake
Yeah.
news, but a lot of real news
Yeah,
too.
yeah. There's a lot of
You
fake
just gotta
news in the
pick
media.
out what's real and
Yeah.
what's not. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake news and a lot of fake people in the media.
Speaking about the media, dude.
Yeah.
Just quickly touch on it because maybe some people have asked my opinion on the media from the social media of the podcast.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot too when I'm on the podcast of the Twitter account.
Yeah.
On the Bits for You and the Facebook.
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that are, and that's one of the reasons I hate Facebook is because it's so it's very aggressive and very mean.
Really? How? I don't get it.
To the extent that they're posting a lot of these, like, let's say, articles about, and then they do videos like, oh, this person said this. Yeah, they said that, but did you see the whole context of the conversation?
Okay.
Because they take pieces.
They're just picking and choosing.
Right, picking and choosing words, and those words will be negative.
Yeah.
But if you hear the whole conversation, it's actually an uplifting conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So, yeah.
There's a lot of people on YouTube that do that, too. They create their own
YouTube,
channel.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
so
they're
anyways,
just, like, biased.
right.
Yeah.
So, going back to that. So, like, they asked, oh, what do you think about CNN? Because CNN is do you watch CNN or do you watch Fox? Do you watch MSNBC? And I go, you know what? To be honest with you, for the past around ever since I got off my personal Facebook, I still have it, and I go on to, like I said, happy birthday to my BFFF Javier.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Javier. We're recording this on the 4th of July, America's birthday too, which a lot of people don't know this, but America's birthday, if you want to say it's America's independence, actually happened July 2nd. The thing is that the Declaration of Independence was officially signed by the founding fathers on July 2nd, 1776.
Wow.
What happened is that they had to put a stamp of record to pull it in their record books. The stamp said July 4th. They just stuck it with July 4th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Because if you look at the Declaration of Independence, the copy or so-called copy there is in Washington, D.C., it doesn't have a real date on it where they signed. But on the back of it is stamped July 4th.
Damn, that's crazy.
But there's books and journals that say, no, we signed it on July 2nd.
Wow. I have to go to D.C. and take a look.
Yeah, take a look at that. The stamp is July 4th, but that's for records.
Damn.
It was actually signed 2 days earlier.
Happy 4th, everybody.
Yeah. So
eat a hot dog.
Eat a hot dog. Don't take the blue pill.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to they asked me, what are you I'm like, to be honest with you, I don't like CNN anymore. I don't like MSNBC. Not MSNBC, but more so CNN. I used to respect CNN growing up. And even Fox News growing up.
Yeah.
But in the last, especially with this administration, now it's like a shouting fest.
Yeah.
Fox shouts at CNN and CNN shouts at Fox. And then when the reporters are talking about something, they're just like, it's like a Facebook. It's like they're just talking and talking. This is how it is, and oh no, you're biased. Oh no, you're biased, and I just don't watch it anymore. I just turn it off.
Yeah.
I don't like how it is. Before it used to be like, okay, today, this person happened. He did this. Okay, that's sad. Moving on, this happened. The stock market went up. Okay, next, moving on. Now it's not about that, man.
Yeah.
Now it's more like you're watching a soap opera.
Yeah.
Between Fox and CNN.
Yeah.
I don't like that, dude.
That's why I stopped watching CNN.
I
and
turned it off. All of it. I turned it off.
My
news.
Bloomberg.
My news is BBC. I know BBC has their own ups and downs, but I use the app. Their reporting is, this is what happened. They don't give an opinion, which is what I like. That don't give us an opinion, because then they're making us follow their opinion. Like CNN gives their opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, you should follow me. And then Fox gives their opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, you should follow me because this is my opinion.
Yeah.
No. Report the news.
Exactly.
There's no reporting these days. Do you see
it
what I'm
makes it
saying?
seem like you only have those two options.
There's more.
Either the blue team or the red team.
Right, there's more.
Yeah.
But where are they?
Exactly.
On the internet.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then if you look at it on the internet, Fox says, no, that's fake news.
Exactly.
Or CNN says, no, don't believe them.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
They're
They're giving me the news, and they're not telling me to think the certain way. I make up my mind.
Yeah.
That's the news that we grew up with. Now it's gone.
Yeah. That's why I like to watch more like the business, finance type of news.
Yes.
Because you get straight to the business.
You get straight to the point.
You know, this happened. The federal government issued this contract for this company.
The rates go up and then the rates go down.
Yeah, interest rates. Yeah, exactly.
That's
You're going to know.
Move on.
Yeah, prices will go up or down.
But Bloomberg sometimes has people on it and they start being too opinionated, and I'm like, oh, let me change the channel. Let me change the channel.
No, but I mean, I just like to see basically overall like where the markets are at, like on an international level, in Asia what's going on, in Europe what's going on, here in this country. So, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that there's good and there's like really bad, like really poor countries out there.
But do you think that news should be like when a person's reporting the news on mainstream media that they have to give their opinion, or do you think they should go back to the ways of just reporting?
Well, I think we should have our freedom of speech to say what we want.
They should be allowed to give their opinion, but they do it from the very beginning of the show. Before, it used to be at the very end. My opinion is, Walter Cronkite. I think that we should not go to the moon.
But then again,
why?
That's an actual business, a corporate business, and there's maybe people over these guys or women, these anchors that. They're being told what they gotta say.
You've seen that video?
They're a bunch of yes men and yes women, and they'll say whatever they'll just give them the script, teleprompter, whatever, read off of it.
You saw that video where they get all the the TV stations from across America, and they're all reading the same script. You seen that?
I've seen something like that.
Yeah,
something similar. But
so they're local affiliates from, like, let's say Washington D.C., New York, but they're all owned by Synergy or something like that. It's a one corporation, and at the end of the show, because the news is like 30 minutes. At the end of that 30 minutes time frame, they're like, we have to report something, and then you see the other station. We have to report something. We have to, and you see it on YouTube reporting everything. Yeah, these are opinions, blah 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 blah, and they're all saying it in sync. Wow. The person that edited that it's fucking a master.
That's crazy.
Because they're, like you said, reading off a script.
So it's not like it's just a personal, what this person thinks is really the script that they're given. They're just adding on to it.
This group owns 75% of local TV affiliates across the country. Wow. And they actually told them to read the same script at the end.
That's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, who's the person that's giving that order? And then so that's where it goes. We got to go up. We got to climb up that ladder and see who the hell is calling the shots. It could be the owners of the company. Right. It could be shareholders. It could be anybody.
It can't be George Soros.
I mean, George Soros, man, fuck him.
Talking about Soros, dude, the funniest thing is when remember the podcast when Alex Jones was on Joe Rogan? Yeah. It was 4 hours of craziness. He's like, because interdimensional vampires. Dude, when I heard that, I was like, he did not say interdimensional vampires are coming to kidnap our kids and suck the blood out of our babies.
Well, George Soros is a creep, man. But no, I mean, George Soros is not calling all the shots.
No, he's not.
He has influence on some things, but not everything.
So recently, or late last year, Alex Jones was going through a divorce with his ex-wife, and the judge asked him, but you were smoking, we heard you and we saw you on Joe Rogan's podcast on YouTube smoking marijuana. No, judge, I only smoked to make sure that George Soros didn't put any chemicals to brainwash the citizens. That's the only reason I smoked. When I heard that, because you can find that online, the manuscript of the court. Yeah. I was like, this guy is on some shit, dude.
That is crazy. Why the hell would you say that?
He told the judge that he was testing it just to make sure that chemicals by George Soros are not put in the marijuana.
No, dude, I don't think George Soros is that powerful, dude.
Wow. To brainwash people.
Wow, that's crazy.
That right
he
there.
Had to say something.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Alex Jones, he's a crazy motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, he is. He is crazy as fuck, man.
But I like here's where we're jumping. So conspiracies. I got into Alex Jones not a few years ago, but like I said, he says some crazy shit that I haven't listened to him in like 2 or 3 years because it's so it got too operatic. It's like an opera, like a soap opera.
It's crazy.
Like I shut him out.
Yeah. I haven't seen Alex Jones in a while too. Here and there, I'll take a look at his.
Like YouTube somebody channel. Will tweet something and then they'll say, "Oh, Robert, you should watch this." And I'm like, it's kind of fucking silly. Or send me a fucking.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I've seen that because it's like you say, it's like high energy, like just too much. Dude.
And the thing is that I think he grew so fast. Yeah. And he invested millions in that studio. Yeah. That he needs to say stupid. I mean, not stupid, but crazy insane things to attract an audience. Yeah. And he gets like. His TV show gets like 5 million viewers a week.
Yeah.
But guess how many Rachel Maddow from MSNBC gets a week?
What?
1.5.
Whoa, wow.
There's more people watching Alex Jones than
yeah.
Rachel Maddow.
And I mean, it's because a lot of times people want that.
5 million people watching his show, dude. That's crazy.
I think those 5 million people like that intensity, you know, that just because no one's talking like that. But I mean, it's just he get a small issue and turn it into something too huge.
And he talks for 3 hours, 4 hours, dude. Of this.
I mean, there's some stuff that he's talked about before that is cool, but there's like other stuff that is like, nah, man, that's like too much.
You know where I drew the line, and I think this is where I completely drew the line. A lot of people in the conspiracy theory community left his show or didn't believe him anymore when he said that the Sandy Hook shooting in Connecticut was all a operation,
like a false flag,
right?
Yeah.
When a conspiracy theorist that listened to his show had his kid killed, and he's like, "This is not a false flag, Alex." He called Alex and told him to go fuck himself. Wow,
I didn't know that.
That's when I'm like, "Yo, Alex Jones is nuts, dude. How can he say that when innocent little kids were just like,
he says everything.
He made it up, dude.
Flag. Yeah. Everything is a false flag, and I don't think everything is a false flag.
I don't think so.
That really happens.
Yeah.
But why it happens, or did anybody have any part in making it happen, is another question.
It's another question.
Yeah,
right.
But saying that it didn't happen or that everything is fake, I don't know.
You know what's the biggest conspiracy theory? And I actually, it's not that it's a conspiracy theory without any validation, but one that makes perfect logic sense to me. Is the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Yeah. Okay. What's the media government official story? Help me out, because maybe you're familiar with it. The official story is that the bullet went in through the front, right? So he was shot. There was two shootings.
Yeah. There was.
Right. They're saying that one man, what was his name? The guy that went to prison?
Lee Harvey
Oswald. He's the only one that did it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When forensics at that time, they kind of covered things up, but when they started uncovering it in the 90s, that's when the conspiracy and a bunch of books came out in the 90s saying, Stone. Yo, it doesn't make sense. Even Oliver Stone is like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because how can a bullet go in through here, curve,
exactly,
because the government said and the media said, no, it probably ricocheted, and it bounced off something. No, bullets don't bounce off things and go back in another entry.
The brain is like soft fatty tissue. It's not
the video clip on YouTube, which they used to have the uncut one, but it keeps getting taken down.
Oh yeah, damn.
Who takes it down?
Damn.
Who takes it down, dude? Who takes down the clip?
Dude.
You can probably find it, but then in a week it's down.
I gotta look for it.
Somebody keeps uploading the video, uncut one, and it keeps going down. You see the bullet go here, and then he's in the car, right? It's outside. His wife is in the front. His wife said, "No, I also heard a gunshot, and blood came on her dress."
Yeah.
How can the blood come from her dress from the front entry? That's impossible.
Exactly. It's true.
So the books that have been written in the 90s say that, no, there was two shooters.
Yeah.
And they've actually found, and some people have the proof that there's two, they even reported 2 different ballistics.
Wow.
2 different rifles were involved because they used 2 different shells.
Yeah. Damn.
What do you think about that conspiracy?
That sounds very...
Bullets cannot bend. This is not the Matrix, dude. This is not the Matrix.
It's not the Matrix.
The government said the bullet bend because of the wind resistance and it ricocheted. No, they don't.
Well, from what I saw, or from what I've heard, supposedly, if you look at the footage, the passenger in the front turns around.
You're talking about the driver or the passenger? The passenger, right?
The passenger, that's sitting in the front. Like right before JFK, I guess he like puts his fist in his neck or something. The guy turns around and it looks like if he's gonna shoot him, or it looks like, the thing is that the image is kind of blurry.
Yeah, it's very shady.
It looks like if he shot him like straight up, like a headshot. But supposedly that's another one.
That's another theory.
Yeah,
the passenger was involved.
Yeah, you got to take a look at the footage really slowly, like hit pause, and then you could see when he turns around. It looks like his hand is. It kind of looks like he has a gun, but it's just hard to see.
And the thing that fucks it up, there was no HD cameras back
Exactly,
then, so
yeah,
you
there was
can't.
no
It's
HD.
still all fuzzy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
zoom
it
in,
was-
it's
yeah.
fuzzy.
Yeah, it's fuzzy, so you can't really see. But supposedly that's another one. But either way, he was killed for a reason.
Right, because there's two entry wounds in the head,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is it the head? Yes. So they're saying that Lee Harvey Oswald shot the first shot,
uh-huh.
and it went in the front.
Yeah.
But as less than 2 seconds later,
Mm-hmm.
there's another shot, or 3 seconds
Yeah.
later, something like that. Am I right?
So yeah, it was like 2
How
or 3
can he have
seconds.
time to reload that old rifle
Exactly.
and put another shell in it
Yep.
and shoot at a different angle?
Exactly.
They're like, no, the bullet ricocheted.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of, and I've researched this.
Mm-hmm.
I've read a couple of books years ago, like
Yeah.
in the 90s in high school.
Yeah.
Ballistics and sharpshooters from the military said that's impossible. There's no way.
Yeah.
People in the own government said that's impossible. There's
Yeah.
no way that one man can do that. No
Yeah.
way. And they've even done tests. They put a watermelon and they put a watermelon in a moving vehicle at the
Mhm.
same distance that Lee Harvey was. And they're like, there's no way I can do that.
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest one of them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Which I guess we'll never know.
We'll never
until
know.
Somebody,
Releases the files
WikiLeaks
or the
something. Yeah.
uncut video or something like
yeah, something. I don't know, but it's
that. To me, proved that the government or whoever's involved has the power to cover stuff up.
yeah, exactly.
That's why I
true.
always tell people, believe your government, but don't believe them at the same time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, always keep your hand on, not, I wouldn't say the trigger, but always keep your eyes and ears open.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to say something to, put yourself on
yeah.
a
Yeah,
blacklist or something.
yeah. Always keep your eyes and ears open that way, because you never know. You can't trust
Yeah,
them.
the government, like people think, oh, the government's gonna take care of me. The
No.
government loves me. They're my nanny.
No,
No, get over it.
they're
Grow
not
up.
gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. Even though politicians will say, "Yeah, we'll help you." The thing is that they don't know. There might be a lot of politicians that get into politics to help people,
Mhm.
but once they're in and they go deep, guess
Yeah.
what happens? They're like, "Hey, they're briefed. We can't really
Yeah.
do this. Why? It's just we can't."
Exactly.
won't. And then they get, as they say, brainwashed.
Yeah, they get brainwashed and they have to play ball to stay in the club and
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
next 4 years. and-
exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's all these perks that they get.
Yeah.
Look, we're this company. We have these contracts.
Mhm.
Here's
Come
a
talk to
little
us, and we'll give you $300,000.
gift. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Give us a
Yup.
speech.
Yeah, stuff like that happens.
But that's, to me, that whole JFK thing
Mm-hmm.
was the one that opened my eyes to conspiracies, and I was like, "Yo, there really is more to this."
Yeah,
And if they can do that, they can do other things.
they could do anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They just lie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly, lie or just hide
Well,
the truth.
the agenda, or the reason that I've read in books and articles that they had him assassinated
Mm-hmm.
was because he fucked over the mob. The mob in Chicago and in New York got him elected. Believe
Oh,
it or
wow.
not, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I don't know.
They came out and voted for him.
Damn.
But then when he was making these threats about, oh, we gotta get organized crime, JFK.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor is that they were involved in the hit.
I heard that the bankers wanted to kill him
That too.
because there was a law he passed. I forgot the executive order. I think it was 11011, something like that.
Mhm.
But it was basically to take power back from the Fed, so
Mhm.
that as a central bank, they won't be this private agency like they are today, but the U.S. government would have more of a say as to what and how interest rates are issued and all this stuff. So
Right.
supposedly they didn't like that. The owners of the central bank,
And
the
I think
Federal Reserve.
that's another theory or conspiracy is
Yeah.
that he wasn't playing ball like other politicians
Exactly.
before him kind
Yeah.
of did.
Yeah,
That they followed. Oh, they
Mhm.
were briefed. Hey, you have to do this.
exactly.
He was going against it,
Yep.
and I think that's why they were like, we got to get him out.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And and obviously he didn't look like anybody else because he was very young.
Yeah.
So He was a young president. He could have probably got away with all that stuff. So they had to take him out. If it was the mob, if it was the banksters, if it was, the hidden hand, behind, the shadow government. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
The deep state.
the deep state. It could have been anybody, man. But
Or it could have been all of them. Another theory I read is that it was all of them. They were all
yeah,
combined.
they could have been. I mean, who knows?
There was two wounds,
Yeah.
2 shots from 2
Yeah.
different guns.
Yep.
Even though the official story there was only one.
Yeah. Exactly.
One gun, one person.
But yeah, just don't trust anything or everything that the government tells you.
Yeah. Only trust half. The
Yeah.
other half you have to figure it out.
Yeah, trust
Do
half or
research.
just listen. Yeah, just do your Googles and I think you'll be all right. You should be okay if you do that. But if you take everything that the government says, and you believe it, it's probably not going to go good for you. Because
No.
sometimes whatever they say happens, the opposite is actually happening.
Yep.
Like, oh, go out and buy a house when the housing market is probably, bubbled up. Like,
Yeah, right now it's not a buyer's market, it's a seller's market.
yeah, I've heard that. I have
The
a couple
house
of friends-
market, the
yeah.
prices are so high now.
Yeah, I have a friend trying to sell like 3 houses, because the value's gone up. And he
I
doesn't wanna
myself was
lose it.
looking to buying one by the end of this year. It's impossible. So they're so expensive.
Yeah.
So I overheard on the up and up, the inside,
Mhm.
wink, wink,
Yeah.
that they told me to wait another year because by sometime next year, it should be a buyer's market.
Yeah.
It'll drop a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm crossing my fingers that happens because right now it's
Yeah.
it's crazy. to
Yeah.
buy one.
And I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically,
What do you think about the moon? Because I listened to a podcast, and they talk about one that Eddie Bravo goes on a lot.
oh yeah, which one?
He goes on a lot on tinfoil hat.
Yeah, is that a podcast?
yeah.
I never heard it.
It's only been out a year.
Oh, okay.
Sam Tripoli is the host. He's a
Okay.
comedian.
I have to check it out.
Is hilarious,
But
dude.
what does he say about?
So
the moon?
he says Eddie Bravo's like, no, we never went there. But he's one of the believers that we never set foot on it.
I kind of believe that. I believe like when I was in college. That's when I first heard it. I had never heard that before. This is like in 2003. I was in school and there was like this older dude that kept on saying that.
What is he, like an intellectual or professor or no? In college?
No, it was a
student. Got it,
Yeah,
a student.
He was like an older dude, not older. I mean, I was probably like 20.
You were 20.
Yeah, he was probably like
30 or 40?
probably like 40.
Okay, got it.
A business guy, and
He was
he's
in
like,
college.
oh, that we never went to the moon, whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about? We did go to the moon. Like, didn't you see the video?
The footage.
Yeah, and all that. But this is like in 2003, so we didn't have YouTube. Back
There was no
then.
YouTube. YouTube started 2 years later.
Yeah, this is like when people were still on AOL.
QuickTime.
and
Remember
stuff like
QuickTime?
that. QuickTime. The
Dial up.
Dial up. What was the other one? Real Player.
Netscape.
Netscape. Alta Vista.
AOL was still
Yahoo,
there.
Yeah. People were still on Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah.
So he told me that, and there was a movie. I forgot what the documentary was, but I had saw it, and it basically was saying about how everything was staged. How look at the flag. Just certain things to look at.
That theory came out more on that podcast because the government released, I think a year or two ago, that they allocate $500 million, that's $500 million, to make fake propaganda videos of ISIS and the Taliban. Fake videos.
Yeah.
Our government
Mm-hmm.
and some other allies. Why would they want to stage those videos? Why are they spending $500 million?
Maybe to keep the war going.
And then when they asked them why they did that, they were like, "No, we don't know." They didn't really give you an answer, but it's a legal official government document that said that.
Wow.
And that's when it came more out. Well, if that's faked, if a lot of those propaganda, a lot of those Taliban videos or ISIS videos are faked, what makes you the theory of the moon? It could also be not real. I don't know.
I mean, we haven't been to the moon since like 72.
42 years. No, 40. Yeah, 40 something years we haven't been.
So why?
But why did we stop going?
With I think the tech we have now is a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Especially seeing the I guess the SpaceX.
Oh, and what he says too on the podcast is like when they asked NASA, why haven't we gone back to the moon since 72? Their answer is in the early 90s when they were in front of a court, the judge, they told the judge, well, judge, a lot of the blueprints to that technology was thrown away and lost. The judge is like, you guys threw away the technology to go to the moon? It's lost?
Wow.
You have no blueprints of that? Yes. Yeah, sorry, we can't find it anymore. It's lost.
Wow.
And I looked it up and I saw the reports online. I mean, that was the manuscript. It was from a legit source. I forgot the website.
Yeah.
But I was like, why would NASA throw away the technology to go to the moon?
That doesn't make any damn sense. Like, that is so stupid.
So now this guy, Bravo, thinks that, we never went. That was proof right there. That to him, that's proof.
I mean,
I'm like, I don't know.
I think it's possible that we didn't go. That's what I'm saying. And I think because it's been so long since we've gone, and in 42, there was what? Sorry, not 42.
72.
In 72, what was going on back then? People didn't have cell phones or iPhones or like all of this technology that we have now. Obviously, as far as rockets go, like look at SpaceX. I saw the launch. The
recent one. Yeah. You saw it. You posted
it. I thought it was something else.
Yeah.
But just it's changed so much. Why haven't we gone back? I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why we can't go back. Maybe we don't have that kind of capability. Maybe humans are not meant to go that far. I mean, I'm not sure.
Nobody knows. I don't even know.
I just think that we would have already been back. We would have had way better footage. We would have had something built, some kind of like infrastructure there already. But nobody's gone back. And that's not
not only NASA. No government in the world has gone back since 72.
International.
Why?
So, exactly.
Nobody knows why.
Exactly.
Over 45 years, nobody's gone back.
Exactly. So
makes no sense.
That doesn't make sense. So when you look at the footage, even also like the rocket and everything, is like, come on, like that thing really like.
Another theory is, I don't know if you know about this. They used film back then. Film to record.
Yeah.
Film is highly flammable. When they put film here, they get close to something with high amounts of radiation. The film begins to deteriorate.
Wow.
And it just pretty much disintegrates.
Yeah.
So they're saying, a lot of conspiracy theories say, it's impossible that they could have used film in space because of the radiation in space.
Yeah.
There's high amounts of it.
Yeah.
The International Space Station that's floating around 17,000 miles around the Earth every 90 minutes.
Yeah.
They have radiation data.
Yeah.
And radiation shielding.
Yeah.
So they're saying there's no way that they could have filmed that.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of them think it was staged. Because how can did NASA have some special high grade radiation shielding film film cameras that they can record?
Exactly. I mean, it's true.
That's their theory.
That I didn't hear about that, but that makes sense.
Radiation on film. It's flammable. Film is flammable. At least old film.
Didn't they also film like the spaceship or whatever, the rocket like taking off or like landing? And if it did, then who was filming it?
Right. Who filmed it?
Yeah, because then they got to get back on the rocket. Or
how did the camera get there before the ship?
Yeah.
Was it a probe? Did we have probes back then?
And then it's like, how do we have like this 1,000,000-mile Wi-Fi back in 72 when we could have had Wi-Fi on Earth? Like back then, we would have been on another level today. I don't know. It's like I don't understand those kind of things. Like, how do they have like this?
No, but you already know because of the government manuscript says, Judge, we destroyed the files accidentally. You accidentally destroyed the files.
That I don't know. They got to be covering something up.
There's something wrong
Yeah.
there, dude. 45 years we
Yeah.
haven't gone back. Now
Yeah.
the word is that, oh no, we're gonna go back in 2020. Okay, you're gonna go back in 2 years. Why?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? What are you gonna do
Yeah,
there?
Yeah.
No, we're just gonna go. You haven't really said to the citizens
Yeah.
why you're going back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
I mean,
and why did you wait 45 years to go back?
if they do go back, whoever goes, they better take some good footage and pictures.
And here's what a lot of other conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories are fun. I like making fun
Yeah,
of it. Some
yeah.
other, like the only one that I can for sure support is the JFK assassination.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no way,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I have guns in my family.
Uh-huh.
My brothers do. We go to the shooting range. There's no way bullets can burn like the Matrix. Not even the
Exactly. Yeah,
Matrix
yeah,
burns
yeah, yeah.
Red's
Yeah,
bullets.
no way. There's no way.
But anyways, going back to that, so their theory and Bravo's theory is that, we were talking about the moon,
Mhm.
that we never went there, and also he believes now he's a believer of flat Earth,
Mhm.
so he's like, oh, I think the Earth is flat, and then they ask him why. Oh, because NASA themselves said that whenever they post footage of the Earth from space, they have to CGI composite
Yeah.
most of it because, and so that leads you to believe that they could CGI everything. They CGI everything,
I heard of that.
and then
yeah.
and then Sam is like, dude, but they do that because the satellites are not far away enough to take a picture of the whole Earth.
Yeah.
But then Japan has a satellite that every 10 minutes to take a high resolution. You can go to the website. It takes a high resolution image of the Earth. So they showed it to Eddie, and he's like, "That's CGI." Like, that's CGI, dude. That's CGI,
Wow, that's
dude.
crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He's already brainwashed with the whole. So he says that unless NASA or any government or any agency sends a rocket from Earth into space, he asked the guy, "How long does it take to go from Earth to space?" And the guy goes, "I think it takes about less than 2 hours." He's like, "I want to see a 2-hour video live of us going from Earth to space uncut."
Yeah.
Then if he says that, if he sees that, he'll probably believe it.
Yeah.
But until he sees that, he's like, no, the Earth is flat. I'm like, he's a flat earther. I'm like,
I mean,
and that's growing in the
Yeah,
past 2
yeah.
years. It's grown a lot.
I've seen. I first stumbled across the flat Earth conspiracy in.
What's your opinion on it? I'm not
2015.
gonna judge you if you
Um,
believe in it or not.
Well, when I was a kid, I was always wondering, like, how could I see so far but not see a curve of the Earth? I just go with I don't know.
Got it.
I'm just open minded, so I don't know if.
So
the
you're
Earth is
telling me
flat.
that you don't believe in either theory right now until you see it? Is that what you're saying?
I believe we're in a simulation.
Okay.
So that's what I believe.
Got it.
But I mean, I've been on planes. Like I was just in a plane about a month ago, and yeah, you're up there. The highest I went was 50,000 feet.
You do see a kind of a curve. I've been up there too. I see a curve.
I didn't really see a curve.
No!
At 50,000 feet. I didn't see a curve, man.
Dude, looking straight out.
I looked to the right. I looked to the right, to the left, and
yeah, nothing.
I was just. I mean, but to me, it's like. I mean, it's whatever. We're gonna
Yeah, yeah.
land, and life's gonna go on.
Right.
So, I just don't believe the government. I don't believe. I mean, I don't believe everything.
Right, we just talked
I'm
about
open
it.
to
Not
it,
to.
but I think with the whole thing with space is, like with the whole moon thing, it's been so long. I think we should have definitely been back. We should have had better footage.
Their counter to not going back in 45 years is because they had to do budget cuts.
Yeah. The other thing that I've
that's
heard is
fine.
that there's also like aliens living up
The
there.
dark side of the moon theory. I heard
Yeah,
of that theory. The
there's-
dark
yeah.
side that we never see it. We've never
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
Or that Apollo. There was an undocumented Apollo mission. I think they say Apollo 18. That's another theory that went to the
Wow.
dark side.
Oh wow.
They even made a movie about it. You know, Hollywood makes
yeah,
movies on
yeah.
theories all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the theory is that they went to Apollo 18, and in the movie they should go there. They go there as well,
Yeah.
and there's highly intelligent beings there.
Yeah. I mean,
The movie's shit, but if you want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it, watch
yeah.
it. It's a shitty movie.
yeah. I mean, as far as like the planets and stuff, I mean, I've looked at a telescope and I've seen like a round planet. So that would lead me to believe that the Earth is round, like those objects are
Or the
in
sun.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're 2D because I'm not a we're not
We're not
like
flat.
that.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. We're
So
interdimensional.
yeah,
More than one.
but maybe the Earth is a very huge planet, bigger than what we think.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, but yeah, I think like with all of that,
But
I've
why
seen the flat Earth.
do you have why do you think that it's growing so for the past 2 years, the whole theory of that the Earth is flat?
There's a guy named Eric
Dubay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of the big
He's the biggest,
front runners of that.
He's the biggest.
He made a lot of money on YouTube with that shit.
His arguments are very. And
YouTube demonetized his channel.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a year
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
YouTube's like, nope, demonetized.
He's actually really good. He comes out with very logical points.
You think they're logical? Because I've seen a
Well-
few of them, and I just think that when a person talks as fast as he does and just gives one explanation, he can make a lot of people that don't know about science believe what he's saying.
No,
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
about
yeah,
science, and I'm like, he's not making a lot of sense to me.
Certain arguments that he has are kind of make sense.
Right?
You know what
I'll
I'm
give
saying?
you that. Certain.
Yeah, but not all of them. I'm not
Yeah.
saying all of them because he could have a video like 2.5 hours.
He did one about dinosaurs, dude, and I think
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
He
The
did
whole
one about
dinosaurs one
dinosaurs.
was
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
dinosaurs. I mean,
He's like, dinosaurs are fake.
there's-
They're all man-made. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Why would we
there's
make
like these new lizards now that look like dinosaurs that I've seen lately, like with these long tails and they like jump and stuff. I'm like, wow.
Oh, the ones here locally?
Yeah, I've seen some like newer ones, like
Here in Florida.
yeah, in Florida.
Those, because they were imported. They were, like anything.
Okay.
They brought them in and
Yeah.
then they started
Yeah,
reproducing like
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I've seen those. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
freaky
so-
looking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like little mini dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're not from Florida. They're not,
Yeah.
what's the term? Indigenous.
native. Oh,
They're not native
Yeah.
to us.
okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Well, I mean, I know that they brought in a couple of species, but I didn't know
A
about
lot of
those.
them.
That's crazy.
They bring them as a pet. Oh, look, I want.
Yeah.
And then they
Next
be
thing you
too
know,
big
yeah.
and they throw them out.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So the whole Eric Dubay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that.
Yeah, he has a lot of videos. Like everything is not real. I mean, there are things that are real. You know?
Right.
Some things are just lies, and you gotta kind of like try to see through it. But not everything is a lie. That's why, like as far as for me, I'll listen to what people have to say. I'll be open minded. I'll listen,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna jump the gun and be like, okay, this is what it is. I'll listen to what somebody else has to say, and then it'll be like the total opposite of how the Earth is round, all the science, that goes with it.
There's
the
somebody
physics.
that his father used to work for the government, the CIA, I believe, and he was on his deathbed, and he asked his father. It was a guy from a podcast. He asked his father, "So, do you want to tell me anything? Any last words?" And he's like, "Don't believe everything you hear, and only believe half of what you see." That was like fucking deep. Only
Wow.
believe half of what you see.
That's crazy.
Because
That's
even
deep.
what you can see, it might not be real.
It's true. It
That's
could
what he
be,
told
yeah.
him.
Yep.
And then he died
Wow.
on his deathbed.
Wow.
Those were his last words.
Damn. That's deep, man.
Don't believe everything you hear. Only believe half of what you see.
Yeah, because everything you see is not really what it is. Like me, I just try to see things for what they are, not for how I want them to be. Sometimes you see something.
I think what he was saying also was that's like, don't believe everything you see with your eyes on TV because it could be faked.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
TV and maybe even like
In
in
internet,
person.
computer.
Yeah. Because also you can be somewhere public and, maybe or like a hurricane happens and FEMA's there and they're giving out food and stuff. And they could be like, oh, look, the government's nice. They're giving out food.
That reminds me of Puerto Rico. You heard about that recently?
Yeah. Puerto Rico still
That the official death by the by the government, I don't know if it was FEMA, you gotta turn it on 5 times quick, was that only 70 people died, and the actual numbers by other agencies are like, no, 4,000 died. It was about 4,000.
Wow, 4,000. Damn, that's a lot.
My aunt, she lives in Puerto Rico, and she was one that was I would like to have her here one day, but she lives over there. She's one of those that she's seen a lot and is like what we're talking about. She doesn't believe everything that is officially said.
Mm-hmm.
So she's one of the ones that said, no, she says, there's containers full of dead bodies. Why would it need? That's more than 70 people. That the official document said 70
Wow.
containers
That's insane. Dude.
on the island in the airport, full of bodies. That people took pictures and videos, but then guess what? They were taken down off Facebook,
Wow.
deleted. Facebook deleted them.
Yeah.
Those videos.
That's insane, dude.
Is what she says.
Wow. So it just goes to show that the media is not really putting out what's really going on. And isn't that a commonwealth of the U.S.? Like,
Yeah.
that's like so
They're
messed
citizens.
up.
They're citizens.
They're citizens. They're part of this country.
They vote for their governor. They can't vote for
Exactly.
the president
Yeah.
but they can vote.
But still, I mean, it's still something that a lot of people in this country have family over there or friends.
I'm half
and-
Puerto Rico. Like I just showed you, my
Yeah.
aunt is.
Yeah. I mean, I have some friends over there. Friends that have family.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But yeah, I've actually been wanting to go there too. But like hearing about all of that is just crazy. It's really sad that
Mm-hmm.
we have all this wealth and all these capability to help out, and like I think that people want to, but I guess they don't know, and
They don't know where to start.
Yeah,
maybe,
and we all count on our government to
to help.
step up and make the move, because being is part of the country, but I guess it's shooting a roll of paper towel as a basketball. That's as good as it's gonna get, which is fucked up.
Yeah,
man.
it
It's
is.
fucked up.
And even
Shit needs to change,
they had to
man.
tell him as the press secretary
Yeah.
at the time, not the Sarah Huckabee, the other
Yeah.
one before he resigned. He had to tell the president, hey, they're actually part of America.
Yeah,
They speak English too. He
Yeah.
thought they only spoke Spanish, but then he has
Wow.
like 10 golf courses over there or something like
Yeah.
that.
that's crazy, man. Wow.
He never plays golf over there. He just stays here.
Maybe he just flies straight in and then just
He
flies out.
he goes straight to the golf course
Yeah,
and gets out.
Yeah, gets out. Damn. Wow, that's sad.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. So it's just this all started because of JFK. Damn JFK. He
Yeah.
started this whole path of
JFK took us to,
conspiracy.
yeah.
Because that to
conspiracy.
me is the grandfather of all conspiracy, and that's to
Yeah.
me the one that makes no sense. I
Yeah.
don't believe what the official story is. There's no
Yeah,
way.
Yeah,
It doesn't add up.
yeah,
Dozens of people that were alive then, and a few of them are alive now, have
Mhm.
said countless times it did not happen how they say it happened.
exactly. Which is true. It's not always like you don't get the full story.
You don't.
You get a bit in pieces. Yeah, the president is dead, but why, how, who made this happen?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all details that are covered, and that's not going to surface. I mean, I think part of it has surfaced, and like all these different plausible theories,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like, I don't know. I just wish there was a leader or somebody, or like a hacker or somebody who just get into the database.
Stay there. I'm just gonna raise the AC. I'm hot.
Alright. And just basically go up in the records, put the records out to the public so that we can know what happened. But it hasn't happened yet, and
But
we're still waiting.
isn't there also? They try to say there's a downside to giving a lot of information to the general public because it can bring chaos and fear,
Well, I mean,
or fear, or one or the other.
maybe
both.
they fear us. Maybe they fear that
Right.
there's more of us than more of us.
Oh, we outnumber them. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We outnumber them.
So,
The general public outnumbers
yeah.
the people in power.
Yeah, maybe they fear that. But
That's true.
who knows? Maybe the new founding fathers will come in.
The Purge movie.
They'll probably step up and change the whole course of this country.
You
But-
never know.
Yeah, I just think in this country now, a lot of things are fucked up. Just the whole thing with the kids and stuff, that really bothers me. Because it's just sad that we're a country that's built on immigrants. You know,
Right.
the Indians were here first. We pretty much screwed them over. We tried to kill them. But
Yeah.
we pretty much did. And then it's Europeans here, and then all these different Europeans came in. People from all over the world, they helped, build, the railroad system.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right before World War One, in the early 1900s,
Uh-huh.
just 110 years ago,
Yeah.
there was a rush of immigrants.
Uh-huh.
Right before World War One, right before World War Two, we had
Yeah.
a second wave of immigrants.
Yeah.
What did they do? They helped build the stock market.
Yep.
They helped build the atom bomb.
Yep.
Who created the atomic bomb? A German. A
Yep.
German Nazi scientist that we
Exactly.
took
Yeah.
and we told him, "Hey, help us."
Exactly.
We kidnapped him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a lot of the official stories like, no, he just left
Yeah. He
Nazi Germany on his own
volunteered.
terms.
Yeah.
No, we kidnapped him.
Yeah.
They basically put a gun to his head and said, "You better make the atom bomb."
Yep.
He was already working on it in Germany. Hitler couldn't do
That's
it,
crazy.
and we had the power and the money to make it.
Yeah.
Because Hitler
Yep.
wasn't into it.
I mean,
It's crazy, dude.
I think the craziest thing, if it would ever happen, would be like EMP.
Yeah, electromagnetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere, because that's a weapon that's actually possible. And what country is
Well, it's a
gonna-
real weapon. We
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
A lot
But-
of other governments do.
Yeah, I know, but if a government were to come and strike us with that, if it were to happen here, the society that we live in, you just hit the reset button,
Yeah.
and everything it is built on power, like the electricity.
Our grid is a shit grid.
Yeah, is a shit
Look,
grid.
This is going more into science,
Mhm.
or space. There's an actual document in the early 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they had the telegrams, the Morse code telegrams,
Yeah,
or just telegrams, and scientists and there's documentation from scientists living at that time, journals
yeah.
that state that there was a solar event, a solar flare. The sun released a solar flare,
yeah.
which damaged, and they actually
whole
report that the
telegraph.
telegram machines, the poles, caught fire
Yeah,
because they were made of wood, not steel like they are now.
Yeah,
So scientists are saying the sun goes in through cycles of
Yep.
intense solar flares
yeah,
that we're due for one any time now.
yeah.
And if that hits us any time now, we're fucked.
Because there's some grids still that are still built up out of wood. It's
Yeah.
it's not grounded.
Even those steel ones outside
Yeah.
this window, they'll
Yeah.
they'll incinerate.
Yeah. So if all that happens, there's no power. People don't know how to garden. People don't have seeds. People don't have water storage, food storage, medicine storage.
The roof of your house, even your house, they're saying
Uh-huh.
that to the level that it could happen, that'll incinerate too. It'll catch
Wow.
fire.
Wow. That's scary.
They're basically saying, one scientist was on a podcast recently. He's legit. He studies in Boston. He teaches in Boston University. He believes he doesn't know when it's going to happen. He was just giving a scenario.
Yeah.
But he says the way it happened in the 150 years
it
ago
was in 18.
was not as intense because, not everything burned down, obviously.
Yeah.
But it did happen because governments from all over the world reported it.
It happened in
That it was
1859.
daylight for
Yeah.
like a full day and a half. The sun didn't go away because it was
Wow.
so intense, the flare.
Wow.
That they even report that at midnight, you can actually still read the newspaper at midnight
Damn. At midnight.
because the flare was that
Wow.
intense,
That's crazy. Wow.
and it lasted for 2 days.
Wow.
The intense.
Wow.
So he's saying that the only way that society would survive is going underground in a
Damn.
cave. That's it. That's the only protection that we
That's
have. Your
crazy.
house will not protect you if it happens, he says.
Damn. If there's no electricity, yeah, we're screwed because running water, everything.
Everything's powered
Yeah,
by
everything is-
machines.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, that was in 1859.
Oh, there
That's
you go. You
crazy.
found it. Yeah.
Wow.
140, 50 years ago.
Yeah, about 150 years
yeah,
ago,
yeah, yeah.
149.
Not bad.
Damn.
There you go. Actual documentation that it happened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a high intensity, they said.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole thing of the roof burning off. like,
Everything. Incinerate.
That's scary. Because I mean, what are you gonna do if your house is on fire? Like what? I don't even know. That's
And
crazy.
then he studies archaeology as well. This the scientist, I forgot his name. I think it's Robert. Robert Mack. I'll look it up and
Uh-huh.
and tweet it out or something.
Okay.
But he says that based on archaeology from like the Egyptians,
Mm-hmm.
they reported in their hieroglyphics and their stories
Yeah.
that the sun god released an intense energy
Mm-hmm.
that caused, not during the Egyptians' reign, but right in the early stages of Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
of the Egyptian Empire, it caused them to go underground.
Oh, damn. That is crazy.
So it's a cycle that the sun releases this every
Mhm.
few thousand years, they say.
Wow.
Egyptians reported it. There was another civilization. The one that's a little bit older than Egypt that's only been discovered in the 90s, Göbekli Tepe, that's in Turkey.
Uh-huh.
They say that that's older than Egypt. That's like 12,000 years old.
Oh, shoot.
And that 12,000 years ago is around the time that the Ice Age
Mm-hmm.
began.
Damn.
I mean, was ending. Sorry, was
Okay,
ending.
okay.
Was ending, not began. That they also have in their stories, legends,
Uh-huh.
that the sun released
Wow.
energy.
As far as the Ice Age goes, I heard that we're due for one.
Yeah, it's the cycle that
Yeah,
they say.
yeah.
We're about 12,000 years.
Damn.
It's every 12, 11,000 years.
Damn.
We're already due.
Wow.
Long overdue.
That'd be insane.
But they say that happens when the what is it called? The magnetic field
Mm-hmm.
flips, and it flips every few
Yeah.
thousand, every 10,000, 12,000
Yeah.
years. They say they don't have official documents, but scientists say that it flips, and when it flips, that's when the north and south poles become
there's-
opposite,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
when the ice age occurs.
Yes, I heard of that. The polar, it's like a polar shift. Or
Yes,
something,
the
as they say.
shift.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it is, man.
But recently, we've encountered a lot of these earthquakes and volcanoes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one in Hawaii,
Yeah.
then 3 weeks later, the one in South America, Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was freaky.
Yeah.
There's people. Obviously, now we have cell phones, so people are
Yeah.
running away from a cloud of volcanic ash.
Damn, that's scary, dude.
I can't imagine going through that shit, dude. I show that shit to my wife because she gets freaked out about those things a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Don't show me that." She had to close her eyes. She couldn't see it.
Wow. Yeah, that's because it's real life. It's
Yeah.
like, you have that big cloud of ash coming. That's probably not going to be really good for you to breathe.
No, yeah, it
So,
messes you up your lungs,
yeah.
man.
Damn, dude.
Intense.
Crazy. Very intense.
So, it's good seeing you. Recently, you had an injury.
Yeah.
I saw you post it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you talked about it last time you were here. But what was your injury? If you don't mind talking about it.
I dislocated my right shoulder
Mhm.
in May of last year.
Okay.
The doctor wanted me to get surgery because a piece of the bone
Uh-huh.
of the rim of the joint
Right.
chipped off.
Oh shit.
So he said that my shoulder was never going to be stable again and
Mhm.
stuff. So he recommended that I do surgery like right away.
Okay.
But I kind of felt like, so I felt a lot of pain when my shoulder was like out of joint.
Right.
It was like that for like 3 hours. Like my shoulder was like dislocated, my arm was hanging. It
That's
was very
weird.
painful. Yeah, so
So
basically
you had a severe dislocation. I dislocated my shoulder
uh-huh.
years ago after work
Mhm.
in my old job in 2006,
Mhm.
and somebody there. Well, we were playing basketball. Somebody there, his wife was
Uh-huh.
was there, and his wife is a nurse.
Okay.
I thought I had to go to the ER. I don't think I had insurance at the time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And her and my friend, her husband,
Uh-huh.
popped it back in,
Yeah, so
and that hurt like a motherfucker.
yes.
But ever since then, I have to go like this because I feel it like get it tight, and then I have to crack it,
Yeah. Well,
and it pops. I hear it pop, pop, pop.
I mean, some
Yours
of my
must have been more severe than mine.
well,
from what it sounds.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just I had went to the urgent care first, which is like close to where I live, and the nurse there was like 4 feet tall. She's like, "Look, you're a big dude. I don't have no like morphine or anything to like give you,
Oh man.
and we don't have anybody big enough to like pop it back in." So she recommended I go to the hospital. So I went to the
And you went to
hospital,
the hospital.
and it was I was in pain with it being out of place, but once it was popped back in, it was a relief. It's a big relief.
But it was still painful.
well, yeah.
At least for me, when they popped it in.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pain, like as far as on my shoulder,
Right.
on the shoulder muscles, because obviously, you know, it was being pressed by the actual bone.
When yours was dislocated, can you move your fingers? I
Yeah,
could slightly move
I
my
could
fingers,
slightly move 'em,
slightly,
but I
not a
couldn't-
lot.
My arm was just hanging down. I couldn't lift it up.
No, I couldn't lift
Like,
mine all the way either.
I literally had to like grab with my other hand
And lift.
to lift my
Right.
arm up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the impact was hard and basically caused a chip of the bone to like come off, and it's somewhere on my shoulder. It's like
It's loose.
it's loose, but it's like
but it's being
breaking up.
held by something like tissue or muscle.
Yeah,
it's
but
holding
it's
that.
also like breaking down
The
So,
bone.
Yeah,
Because it's not getting the nutrients
it's
from
not
the
getting
rest of the
nutrients,
body.
so it's gonna it's gonna be like nothing. Like,
Eventually,
soon.
it'll just become
Yeah.
tissue and blood.
Yeah. So
Did you see an MRI of this or an X-ray? Like you actually
yes,
saw it?
yes.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, I do have a little piece of bone missing, and he's like, because of that, I should have like
Surgery?
Yeah, surgery where I'm gonna have a plate, sutures, bolts,
Shit, dude.
all this shit, and I'm like, dude, but I'm not even like really in pain. Like I had the sling on for a whole week.
Did you get a second opinion or no?
Yes, I did, and they were like, well, it depends, and I was like, then I went to a third doctor, and
Okay.
you know, basically, he was like, look, the best thing you could do is just like do your physical therapy
Mm-hmm.
first, and then see how it goes. But at the same time, I did a lot of like mining of like data. I mined a lot of data
Mm-hmm.
of a lot of people that had the same
Injuries.
the
Yeah.
same injury, the
That's
dislocation.
One of the great things about technology is that
Yeah.
you can research.
Yeah, I pretty much scraped the internet, got a lot of data of all different people. You know, a lot of it was like
A
sports.
lot of athletes, yeah.
Yeah, a
And
lot of the
fighters.
reasons, yeah, a lot of the reasons why people
Mhm.
they dislocate their shoulders is sports related, basketball, football, sometimes baseball.
Fighters.
Yeah.
I watch MMA, so I know. Any physical thing.
contact sport, yeah. And people that like ride bikes and skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
When they do like these crazy stunts and they fall, that happens too. So then I looked at, you know, like 3-6 months later, like they seemed okay. Some of them did surgery, some of them didn't. Some of them never had an issue again. There was one person I spoke to, his shoulder would like dislocate like frequently. It would dislocate
Yeah.
in his sleep
yeah.
and stuff. So he had an issue with his shoulder where I guess it wasn't as stable, but that was one case where I was like, damn, well, my shoulder isn't like that. So basically with all the data mining that I did, I was like, I'm not going to do the surgery. So I told the doctor that. He's like, okay, I'm going to put you on a protocol. It's going to be very strict, very serious.
Physical therapy?
Yeah, physical therapy. I had to stay on a sling for like 8.5 to 9 weeks.
Okay.
Which is just basically my arm.
So 3 months of the sling, pretty much. Almost.
Well, yeah, like I would say like 2 months in a
two and
week or
half,
something. Yeah, so like in like July, so about a year ago, I was just getting off of the sling. Which in May the 13th, on the day before Mother's Day, that's when I got hurt.
You got hurt.
So, yeah, dude, all that time I was in a sling 24/7. It caused my whole right arm and part of my back to like lose muscle. Like I lost everything.
You had stages of atrophy?
Yeah, atrophy. The atrophy was bad by the time I like started physical therapy. So yeah, like I started off like my right arm was completely like bone compared to my left
Yeah,
arm.
tiny.
And
yeah.
and my right arm is my more dominant arm.
Yeah, you're righty.
So basically I could like grip like how I do here. I could have done it up here.
Up there.
Yeah.
On
my,
your
like,
biceps,
area,
triceps.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I gotta like get it together. I gotta take physical therapy serious. And I actually did. I was going Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I would do the exercises like even like before and after because you know I was
Right,
working
on your
from
own.
home.
Right.
Yeah. And the other thing too is not only that I was in a sling, I also couldn't drive.
Oh, yeah, because
So,
you need your hand.
Yeah, the doctor told me, you know, you can't drive. So like in July, you can start driving again. I was like, all right, maybe that'll be like a birthday present for me or
Yeah.
something.
How was it? Well, your birthday's in July.
Yeah.
When? Next
The
week?
17th.
Ah, I remember.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
17th.
Yeah.
So how was it when you got in the car? That in last
So,
year,
basically, I had to use Lyft, man. I didn't have a ride anywhere.
Uber,
Like,
Lyft.
I used
Or mostly
Uber.
Lyft.
I used Uber once to kind of see what the pricing is like,
Yeah.
versus Lyft. I noticed that some of the Lyft drivers also do Uber.
Yeah,
They do
my
both just
my
in case.
my cousin would do that. Up
Yeah.
until last year, he was doing. Up until actually this May, he was doing both.
Yeah, a lot of Uber drivers. Well, it was mostly Lyft. I liked Lyft better.
Lyft has a better rate
yeah,
down here in South Florida. I've
yeah.
noticed.
I mean, and just also so that I won't be like everybody using Uber. Let me use Lyft. Just
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
different.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I did Lyft a lot. Uber Eats I had to
Mhm.
do because I couldn't cook.
You couldn't drive
So,
or cook.
Yeah, like all of that motivated me. Once I started physical therapy, it was just like bands, like learning of how to build like all the muscle. And then, in around mid-August, I saw my doctor and he's like, "Oh, cool. I thought that in physical therapy you probably would have hurt yourself again, or your shoulder would have had issues,
right.
but it looks like you haven't, so that's good. So I want you to like just start lifting weights, do some like training, like strength training,
Upper body.
yeah, strength train, but don't do more than you could. Try to use your body and like let it be your guide.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do too much too soon." I took note of all of that and just ran with it, and like I transformed. I had lost weight and I had built muscle.
Right.
Up to like now is when both of my arms look even.
Right.
But before, like my left arm was still bigger than
No,
my
right.
right arm.
Got it.
And even because I was lifting weights and stuff, like my body's changing.
Mm-hmm.
My left arm is getting bigger. My right arm is getting bigger, but it was like bones.
Right.
like,
Right. It's
trying to grow
still.
back. But yeah, also
But do
just-
you feel like now? Do you feel a difference in your right side of the body, right arm, as opposed to last year?
I feel it stronger. Like, I
Right.
feel it because I work it out a lot more. I was working out before I had got hurt. I
Right.
had lost maybe like 30 pounds at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't really lifting weights as I used to.
Right.
So I didn't really feel the strength on my arm. But now, I mean, I feel it a lot stronger because I gave it rest. That my arm was rested for what, like a couple months.
A few months.
And then from there, just building it up and, not only just doing the exercise, but like dieting, eating, certain foods.
That helps.
Yeah, that helped me out a lot too. So,
Doing research on that, people when they get injured and they change their diet, their body, that helps the body in the healing process.
yeah, it did.
The body is the best, and I've heard people say this, the best computer you've ever going to see in the world.
Yeah,
The body knows that something is damaged
Yeah.
and will immediately begin to repair it.
it will.
And it repairs quicker if you eat the right food.
Exactly. So that was another thing. I was, I was in a weight loss journey too. So I pretty much just track what I ate, watch what I ate, do my exercises every day. And then I saw my doctor again in December. So from August when he saw me to December. 4 months, I had dropped probably like 50 pounds.
Oh shit.
And he's like, "Oh wow, you look great." The atrophy at that time had like been gone already. I had regrown the muscle, but it was still obvious that my right arm was smaller than
Right.
my left. So he's like, "Oh, keep on doing what you're doing."
But you
And
already
then-
had movement.
yeah.
Okay,
I,
you can move
I,
it.
I had movement, but it was still like at that time in December, it was
It
still
was just
limited.
strength.
Yeah, like part of it, like if I like reach up,
Limited.
I would have like a little bit of like tightness
Right.
because I was on the sling for so long.
I
So
got
there's
it.
like all these little muscles that you have to like wake up,
Stretch out.
Yeah, that they're like dormant when you don't use them for so long. So he's like, "Oh, see me in 6 months, and we'll see." That should be like your 1 year post follow up.
Got it.
And then I saw him like the 28th, I think last week, whatever.
Right.
And, yeah, he was just like blown away because I had had dropped like another 30 pounds from when I had seen him.
Got it.
And at this time, I was already like my arms were even. I had more muscle.
Yeah.
And that was basically the goal that I had personally. Was in like back then when I saw him the last time, like right around Christmas, was you know, in 6 months I want to look different. I want to be stronger, because this is the same guy that told me that I have to get surgery.
Yeah.
So I want to be that one case that went on the natural route and, you know, used food and diet and exercise just to like get better.
Why is it that doctors? Is it because they're trained to go to surgery right away, or pop a pill or something? A lot of doctors I've noticed.
Well, for me, it's a business and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
you're right. It is a business.
Yeah, and like everything is a business. He sees, oh, he's got a good health insurance.
This surgery.
Yeah, let's do like a $60,000 surgery on him.
Mm-hmm.
He might have to come out of pocket, 20, 30 G's, whatever.
Right.
We don't give a fuck because we're getting paid anyway.
Right.
He doesn't want to pay. We'll go to collections, this and that. It's like, nah, fuck that.
But I've noticed, like you said, you did the data mining of your research.
Yeah.
You must have seen, because I've seen it when I did my research, especially for my wife. She had an injury. I think I told you last year she had a tear. She still has a tear.
Oh, wow.
Doctor recommended surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing research before I even knew the thing, because I listened to podcasts. I listened to fighters and athletes talk about the pros and cons of surgery.
Yeah.
A couple of athletes did surgery and they regret it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they're saying that it comes back. The pain, it's like they never did it. It just stays the same.
Yeah.
A lot of other ones that say, I didn't go the route of surgery. I went in the process of changing my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And in that change, kind of like what you did, their body healed.
Yeah.
That part, their arm, their leg, their knee.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
And they're blown away. They're saying, and a lot of doctors, these doctors were not from, I'm not going to put down the doctors from America that they're saying they're all bad, but these doctors were from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They have a different way of thinking. They don't, not all of them, but some of them, they don't recommend you surgery right away. They're like, let's see what the body can do first.
Yeah. There was a medical article in some journal, medical journal that I read, that there were a few athletes that had the surgery for the same, issue that I had. And that I think it was like 5 of them, and like 3 of the 5 with the surgery, their shoulders still popped out. It was still not stable. So
all that money for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like, well,
you got a 50-50 chance.
Atrophy, yeah. The whole atrophy, if I would have stayed like that, of course my shoulder's not going to be as stable, because there's not enough like muscle tissue and everything that surrounds the joint to keep it stable. But that's what I did. I just pretty much looked at his protocol. I was like, okay, this is going to work this part of the shoulder, the front. This is going to work the side. This is going to work the rear, the back. Like, there's all these different muscles and parts of the body that they all like work together. But I think, like you said, with the lifestyle change, which I did,
even lifestyle involving diet as well.
Yeah, diet.
The food you eat.
Exactly.
She thinks I'm talking to her. No, Alexa, I'm not talking to you.
Oh wow!
Stop.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
So yeah, the lifestyle. Yeah, what I eat. Just the whole discipline. That's why when my doctor saw me last week, he was just blown away, because
he probably doesn't see that a lot. A lot of people do the surgery. Yeah.
Even people that do surgery, like when I was going to physical therapy, there were like patients that they had a bad attitude. They're like, "Oh, I just want to get out of here." I like that was their first thing that they said was, "I just want to get out of here." And I would just look at them and think, like, I think to myself, like, "Yo, like, look at your knee. Like, your knee's like sliced down the middle. Like, don't you want to get better? Don't you want to, So for me, I was always like motivated to go to physical therapy, because, being stuck at home for like 2 months with no car,
nothing.
I couldn't drive, I couldn't carry, I couldn't do shit. Like, I was like, for me, it was therapeutic. To go out somewhere,
to get out in the world.
So I would, there were times my session was supposed to be like 30 minutes. I was there for like an hour and a half. So, that's what I did. And with time, if you keep on doing it, you're just gonna get better at it. And now I just got to keep at it to make sure that I don't get injured again.
Right, right.
Even though I would never, probably never play like basketball or anything like that. But still, it's just good to have.
Is
like,
that
as
how it
far as for
happened?
me- No,
No, no.
I slipped and fell,
Got it.
and I had landed on my
Elbow?
the elbow. Yeah,
And then it went up to your shoulder and you dislocated?
yeah. I basically landed like that, and it just like popped out and went
On the
under.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it it scooped under, and it came.
So
came in the
look
front.
underneath your armpit, sort of.
No, it was
No?
like right up here.
Right
in
up
the
there.
chest, Yeah.
Got it.
So it had scooped under the chest muscle, and then was
Got
here.
it. It was inside.
Yeah.
Ah,
So it was there.
shit.
So yeah, but I'm just happy that that's. I mean, I'm happy that it happened because it changed me, as far as just being in a bad spot. Like
It also changes a person mentally. From what I've read,
Mentally,
these
yeah.
athletes, they completely have a new outlook.
it
Like-
was not
Like almost like
fun.
anything's possible, not only with themselves,
Yeah,
but their mental state.
yeah. So like I was in a funk at that time.
Of course,
because-
these athletes have been in a funk too. They're like, oh, it's so
yeah, because
you're down.
I was down, and just I live alone, so I don't really have any pets or anything like that.
Right. Nothing to interact
So,
with. No.
Yeah.
I venga aquí, Pepito.
yeah,
Let's
just
pet them and nothing
working
like
at
that.
home,
Yeah.
like working at home, and then once I'm done with work, like there's no like get in your car and go somewhere. No, I'm
Yeah.
like that's it. I'm
That's
here.
it.
Yeah, so I would look forward to physical therapy.
But you had the benefit that your job is like you can work from home, or
Yeah.
you could just walk to your job, or is
no,
it,
they gave me the option to work from home,
and you did
Yeah,
for those 2
yeah,
or 3 months.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
that's
working
that's
from home.
that's a good benefit
Yeah, which was great. I think it was in July that I went back.
to the office.
Yeah, it was in July. It was about a year ago that I went back.
Mhm.
But it was kind of scary because I was like, damn, a lot of things, just like from what I said, the data that I saw, people I spoke to, like that dude that dislocated his shoulder while he was sleeping. I was like, damn, what if that happens to
Damn,
me?
Yeah, you just in the back of your
You know?
mind.
Yeah, so when I had the sling on, I had to sleep sitting up
Right.
for
You
the whole
couldn't
time.
go
I
on your
couldn't
right
I
side.
couldn't be flat
Now,
because
have you always been a back sleeper or a side sleeper?
I've always been a side sleeper, but I'll sleep on my back if I have like a headache or something, like without any pillows.
That must have fucked up your sleeping. Sleeping on your
My
back.
s-
Then.
yeah, sleeping trying to sit up like really was not easy, and I had like a like love seat that was small. It was way too small for me. It was probably about as wide as this table.
Oh shit!
So like one cushion is here,
Mhm.
like this is one cushion which I pretty much took.
And you had to elevate your arm at the same time when you slept, or just
No, I had to have it always my arm just like that, like
on a sling.
yeah.
Mm.
My elbow next to my side of my palm on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, even when I showered, I had to shower myself. I had to like.
That must have been a
carefully-
workout too, because you have
Yeah.
to make sure that nothing gets
Yeah.
touched.
I had to carefully take the sling off.
Did you do the? Because
Carefully take all my.
my brother had his elbow, or was it his elbow? He had an injury in his arm, and I remember it was in high school. He was prone to a lot of injuries. He
Uh-huh.
was, I think doctors or even me on my own research is that people that grow so quickly, so fast, they're more prone to injuries.
Yeah.
He's 6'1".
Wow.
He went from 5'5" to 6'1" within less than a year or
Wow.
about a year or two.
Oh damn.
That's very
That's a
fast
big
growth.
spurt, yeah.
So the body he was like clumsy.
Yeah.
So he would get injured easily.
Wow.
We would play sports. Oh, injured.
Damn. That's crazy.
We would play basketball. Injured.
Wow.
Like, oh crap.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's
was-
crazy.
so he had to do the whole plastic garbage bag on his
Oh, yeah,
arm or
damn.
sling because he had a cast.
Yeah. Wow.
You
That's
didn't have to
crazy,
do that, the garbage bag
Yeah.
route, or you did do
No.
that?
I didn't have to. No, I mean, the only thing I had to do was.
So you didn't have a cast, sorry. Did you have a cast?
No, I didn't have a
just
cast. It
sling.
was just a sling, but only using my left arm to take all my clothes off, to take the
It's
sling off, to
annoying.
put the shower thing
imagine.
on. Like that was just crazy. Like, and then while I'm in the shower, I have to still have my arm. Like if I have the actual sling on.
Yeah, on your yeah.
So, like everything is with my left hand. Like I had to learn how to wipe my ass with my left hand.
Everything.
How to feed myself with my left hand. Everything, dude.
So are you now ambidextric? Is that the word that you can use both
Um,
hands or not? Can you
I-
write with your left?
No, I was starting to get pretty good at it like around June of last year, but
So with your sling, you would just go like this and write with
yeah, if I had to, yeah, I would have to like
lean against the table,
lean against the
run like
table,
that.
yeah.
or
That's
just
that.
grab your arm and go like.
Yeah, no, I would have to do that. I really didn't write a lot, but yeah, if
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
to
yeah.
sign anything, yeah, that's what I
Right,
had
like
to
I'm
do.
saying, like a document or a receipt.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna send
yeah.
a receipt,
Yeah.
a credit card. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I'm just glad that that's like,
It's over.
over with, man. Yeah, yeah. The
Dude.
doctor was like, "Oh, I could see you in 2 years if you want, or whatever. If you ever have an issue with the shoulder."
Was he a good doctor? You liked him? A
Yeah,
pretty
he was
doctor?
good.
Cool.
He was very tough, but because I had never been injured like that in
No,
my
I
whole
can
life,
imagine.
so it's like, wow, at at this age I'm getting hurt. So, but with the protocol that he gave me, I pretty much followed it, and it worked. He gave me all the exercises.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think what I really liked the most was the fact that, not that I felt that I had to, but just I guess proving him wrong, because there was a big list of things that he said that I would never do again.
Oh
He
shit.
was like, "Oh, you'll never be able to do." I told him I used to do like boxing before.
Oh
He's like,
yeah.
"You'll never be able to do that again. You'll never be able to shoot a basketball again. You won't be able to do like."
I've
all
heard
the-
that before
Yeah, like a bunch of stuff. So
from these guys that were injured, and
Yeah.
then they end up doing it.
yeah,
And the person that told them you can't do it, they're like in shock. They're like, "Wow,
Yeah.
you did that!" I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah, and I was never able to do any like pull-ups my whole life.
got it."
And until around late February, March is when I could finally start doing
Doing
pull-ups.
pull-up.
So, for me, it felt good that, damn, I was being told by a doctor that all this stuff is never gonna happen again. My life is limited, and I felt like I was able to overcome all of that. So I think I needed that. To
It's
help
like a
me.
push.
It's a push.
Yeah.
It's a mental push and a physical push. Because you could either take what he says and just run with it, or you could be like, wait a second, I'm more than this. I can heal. I can get myself better, and then you could heal. It just takes time. You got to be patient.
Right.
I had to learn patience. That's one thing that it taught me.
I can imagine putting
know.
on your clothes. Like
Yeah.
it took you like an average person can put on can get dressed in 2 minutes, and it took you like 20, 30 minutes probably to get
Yeah.
just your pants and the shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to I'd have to sit down to put on socks because I couldn't reach down. It was just crazy, dude.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
imagine.
serving myself food was a pain in the ass. Cleaning dishes if I had to. Clean
Everything.
dishes, everything, dude. Everything.
Throwing out the trash.
Yeah, throwing out the trash, dude. I didn't throw out the garbage. I was very careful with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was all a pain in the ass. But
It's crazy because my wife had the same thing, like the tear up here. She still has it. The doctor told her, well, surgery is an option. My wife was against it, and I told her, good, because I'm against it. Don't do it.
yeah,
How big is the tear? Oh, it's this. I'm like, look, based on what I've heard from fighters and athletes speak on podcasts,
mm-hmm.
don't do it. Do physical therapy. So
Yeah.
she did physical therapy for like 4 to 5 months.
That's good.
She would go twice, I think, a week
Yeah.
for like 4 to 5 months. Her insurance was good enough that they paid for it.
Oh, that's good.
She had to pay nothing, just like
Wow.
a $10 visit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, copay, whatever.
That helped her a lot. She would do the exercises at home too. She would have to
Damn.
touch the wall, go up and
yeah.
down the wall
I
with
had
the
to- I had to-
fingers.
yeah.
But she would experience stabbing pains.
Yeah.
Because the tear.
Yeah.
So in October of last year, she was doing research and she found out that the mattress that I had, because I had the mattress before I met her,
Yeah.
was too firm for her. So she's a side sleeper. It was just like pushing against.
Yeah.
I go, okay, what do you want to do about it? She's like, how about a sleep number mattress? I'm like, those shits are expensive. That's like thousands of dollars.
Is that the one that's like foam?
That's the one I have now. So it's like it has a remote.
Okay.
So the remote you put from 0 to 100.
Uh-huh.
0 is it deflates. It's all
Yeah.
air based,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
put 100 and it raises up. It gets firmer.
Wow.
So my sleep number is close to the middle. So I'm like at 60,
Okay.
and it helps my arm.
Yeah.
So my arm is completely good.
Damn.
Even though I don't have a serious injury,
Yeah,
though
yeah.
I had I dislocated.
Yeah.
I believe that I also have a tear. I haven't gone to the doctor because late last year, right before my wedding, or right even during my wedding, my couldn't. I had pressure, so if I put my arm like this, I will feel like I'm being stabbed right here.
Oh wow.
Now since March, it's gone. I haven't had it since March, so it's 4 months.
Wow.
I lost a little bit of weight since then. Not a lot, like 6-7 pounds. Maybe that helped a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't really been doing a lot of exercise with the arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in her case, when we got the bed in October, she can now sleep better. She was waking up crying sometimes at night, like I can't deal with the pain in my arm.
Wow.
And she suffers from migraine, so the pain would result in a migraine.
Yeah. I gotta take a look at that mattress because I've been actually wanting to change mine.
So the mattress is like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're doing a payment plan.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could afford it.
No, yeah.
Plan.
I mean that when it comes to mattresses, I think if you get one of those like $300 ones or whatever, like that's the type of mattress that I have now.
That's one I had, and then she didn't like it.
I mean, yeah, and I've had it already for a couple of years, but I think if you spend like a couple grand, you get the really good one. Those could last you like
that one
15, 20 years.
Guaranteed for 25 years.
Wow, 25.
Any issues, they replace it.
That's crazy. And is it like you have to plug it into the wall?
It has to be plugged into the wall, right? It has its own remote or the app. You can use the Sleep Number app. So I can control it from my phone. I could just, if the remote is ever lost, I could just go to the app, boom, 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 put my sleep number to 60, which is my sleep number. Hers is between 40 and 50 is hers. Sometimes she has to go lower to 40. Sometimes 40 is too low and she has to go to 50. Because you also got to, they tell you about posture. So aligning your neck.
Yeah.
The doctor told her when you sleep, the physical therapist, make sure your neck and your arm and your back is aligned.
Exactly. That's true.
So October, right around the wedding, which was January, the pain was gone. She had no more arm pain.
Wow.
The physical therapy is like, hey, you haven't been here for a while. And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to go. My pain is gone.
Damn.
She still does it on her own. Every now and then she does the exercises at home.
Yeah. That's the main thing, too.
But the pain is gone.
Yeah.
She has no pain.
Wow.
So she believes, and I believe that the therapy helped, the physical therapy, and the mattress.
The mattress, yeah. If you think about that with the whole
you're not
mattress.
putting the weight on your arm. Yeah. Now the weight is on your head and on your neck, on your back. Because now since you can adjust it, the mattress deflates in the arm. So you have an indentation.
Exactly. And the other thing is that's hours that you're sleeping like that.
7 hours of sleeping.
That's hours. So, if you're 7 hours, you're stretching and you're going to tear something. You're going to, it's not going to be comfortable.
So she's like, this is the best investment I've ever done, a mattress, like the Sleep Number mattress. They don't sponsor this show, by the way.
Yeah, no.
But when I find something good, I like to talk about it, and that shit's good.
Yeah, I've been looking to get a mattress. But if they want to sponsor me with one,
hey, contact Bitcoin Lewis.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, that
awesome,
mattress helped her out a lot. Yeah, we have lately. She and I are trying to do. What's the word? We're trying to get back into shape.
Okay.
Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I lost 6 pounds in the last month. Ever since I got back from the cruise. When I came back from the cruise, you eat so much on vacation.
Yeah, when you're on a cruise,
Dude, my pants were. I couldn't. My work pants didn't fit me.
Wow, that's crazy.
The pants that I've been wearing for years didn't fit me.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
So I had to quickly do something, and I was like, okay. I started like cutting back what I eat.
Yeah,
that helped. And then my pants within 2 weeks, I was able to wear the pants. Like I'm like, oh, shit, it took me 2 weeks, but I could wear it. No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm ever like on a holiday or something, I usually blow it up. So that
everybody does.
Funny. No, but I've
because it's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to diet when you're on vacation.
The most I bloated up was in Thanksgiving, the one that just passed. I had ate so much food, dude. I probably ate like 8 or like 9,000 calories. The next day, I was almost 15 pounds heavier.
It's
because
amazing
of the volume of food and like drink. Like,
yeah, it's amazing how the body quickly gains.
Yeah, and it took me about like a week and a half to like scale back and get back to like the regular weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of weeks. That's.
So
normal.
We've been trying. Like we do like if we start a little like healthy thing and then we quickly lose it and we go back to eating shit food. It's just like you mentioned. It's about having the mental state finding motivation
Discipline.
and sticking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's discipline. Like, and what I do personally, as far as food, is more of the flexible diet, which is you're just tracking your the calories that,
Mhm.
that that you're eating. So, I also use a fitness tracker to like
Right.
track steps, track my like heart rate when I'm
Yeah.
working out. The heart rate monitor I would say is really good for when I exercise, because it'll give me the number of the calories that I'm burning
Yeah.
for that session. So I can know in a day I burned 1,500 calories. My body naturally burns about a couple thousand. So I've got about 3,500 calories that I've got to eat to like maintain my weight.
What do you know about the intermediate fasting?
Intermittent fasting, I actually
Right.
do that.
My
So,
cousin, he has a fascinating story.
uh-huh.
So around 2013, he was like in a, I would say, antisocial for many years.
Yeah.
Kind of like in his room. He's like 30 years old now.
Yeah.
So in most of his 20s, he was just like in a mental block.
Uh-huh.
Like he didn't want to talk to people, didn't want to see people, antisocial.
Yeah.
He woke up. Let's say I like using the word. He woke up.
Yeah.
He became woke.
Yeah, he became woke.
Like 2013. Yeah, 2013. So about 5 years ago. And that was around the time where I got out of a bad relationship, which you know about.
Yeah.
Until 2014.
Yeah.
2013 around there.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, you know, and you kind of helped me too with the whole getting my mind out of that
Yeah.
shit. He told me like, no, you gotta do something. You gotta work out. So he
Yeah.
told me to go to the gym. I joined the gym, and I completely changed. I was 190 pounds.
Wow.
I was like thin.
Wow.
And in his story was that he was like that. He was just like, he was overweight, and he quickly did a 180.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's always told me do the intermediate fasting. He's been doing it for the past year.
Intermittent fasting. Yeah, I've been doing that
He
too.
eats all his meals within a 10-hour window.
Yeah.
The remaining 12, 14 hours, he
Yeah.
doesn't eat a thing.
Yeah.
Even if he's starving, nothing.
So what I do similar to that. I eat one meal per day. So I'll get my whole meal. Like, it's like a big ass meal.
Do you
And I
do
eat it-
lunch as a big meal?
No, I don't do lunch.
Dinner.
Dinner, yeah. I just do dinner. And I like it because I'm gonna go to sleep. So while I'm sleeping, I'd rather not sleep with the like hungry feeling.
Right.
So if I go to sleep and I'm satiated, I'm full, I'll know that I'll wake up and the next day I'll feel satiated.
How long have you done that?
Since intermittent fasting, I want to say, gosh, man, maybe like, it's been over a year. I want to say like March of last year. Maybe.
Got it.
So, but I've been doing it like hardcore,
Right.
consistently
That's what I mean.
since
Hardcore.
about September.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I do, the routine that I do is I pretty much wake up, I'll do some cardio. The cardio could be mostly just walking. or it
Something
could be-
light.
Yeah. Or it could be like, mixing it up, jogging and walking, where I do like hit. Then I go to work. I'll drink a lot of water.
So you haven't touched any food, any actual food since you woken up, and between the time you wake up to the time you get to work, no food.
Yeah, I'm actually fasted right now.
Got it. Oh
So-
shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm actually fasted.
Okay. So that's all you've had, water.
Yeah,
Got
water.
it.
Yeah, I had like the little the Crystal Light flavor
Got it.
bottles that you squeeze in there, and then this is just regular water. I will do black coffee. Like in Starbucks, you get the tall pike, and that's 5 calories. I'll add Splenda.
You get the tall pike,
Yeah,
PIKE.
yeah, PIK, which is just like a black roast.
Got it.
It's like a black coffee like that.
But it doesn't have any milk, nothing.
It doesn't have anything. So what I'll do is I'll add Splenda.
Uh-huh.
I'll add like 5 or 7 packs of Splenda.
I like using
Stevia.
stevia.
Yeah, I would use stevia if they had stevia, but
They don't have it. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't.
they didn't have it, so I use Splenda, and then I'll add just a little dab of either half and half or skim milk.
Got
Just
it.
a little dab, just to give it a little bit of flavor. and I'll just sip on that in the morning. I did coffee the other day, but I haven't done coffee like since like mid-June. So it kind of felt good not drinking coffee, but coffee does satiate you. So if you feel hungry, you get hunger pains, a small coffee, black coffee.
But
you can add a little bit of cream.
You recommend it only in the morning.
Or you can have it in the afternoon too. It's just
the thing is that if she's very sensitive to a lot of the
caffeine.
A lot of the caffeine, a lot of the things that she puts in the body, because it could keep her brain wired the whole night and she won't sleep.
That's why I like doing coffee in the morning. Once it's like already past 12.
That's what I told her. Past 12, don't have it.
Yeah. After lunch.
But what if I'm sleepy? Don't have it. Fight it. Do something. Get up and go to the bathroom. Put water in your face. When she's in the office, because three days out of the week she's here at home. She works from home. 2 days she goes to the office. I'm like, if you're at the office, just splash water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't drink coffee. And then when she does, she's like, I had coffee. I'm like,
yeah.
Guess what? Now it's just midnight and she's still on her phone, awake.
There's times that I get really sleepy and I'll just go out for a walk during break or something to get the blood flowing. It'll work. I'll be woken up, and then maybe like in an hour and a half, I'll feel sleepy again.
Right.
But it's a natural way to get the heart.
pumping.
Yeah, pumping. So I usually do that, a black coffee, then just water throughout the whole day.
Black coffee. What happens at lunchtime? Let's say when you're at the office, what do you do at work for lunch?
At lunch, I go home, I work out.
So it's still no food?
Still no food. I work out. I train fasted. Damn. I'll either do weights or weights and cardio for lunch for about like 30 minutes. Take a shower.
Go back to the office.
Go back to the office. And then get out of work like around 4:30ish.
Right.
And then still fasted, drinking a lot of water.
What do? You go for cardio or something?
I'll either go for a cardio or I'll do like a weight session. So if it's my day to do weights, I'll do weights. And then maybe go for like a 3.5 to 4 mile walk.
Okay.
And then
when do you decide, okay, it's time to sit down and have a meal? What time is that?
It depends how I feel. So, and it depends too. Like sometimes, maybe I have something for work or something,
right,
or unexpected visitor.
Got it. But let's say a typical day when there's no major interruptions. When do you have a meal?
So
what time?
I like to have it between 9 and 10 p.m.
Oh shit! So you eat at that time?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
People think that it's extreme and stuff. I mean, the only reason why the intermittent fasting works for me personally.
Right, you have to find your balance. Everybody's different.
I mean, but the reason why I do it, why I like doing it, is because, sorry.
That's all right.
At my job, I have like a lot of meetings.
Right.
So, I got to be in meetings with people, and last thing I want is my stomach to gurgle, or like me feeling like I got to take a shit or I got to fart.
Right.
So if I'm fasted, I feel like I'm sharp. I'm like 100% on point. I'm focused.
Got it.
You know, I'm not thinking about, oh man, but if I move a little bit this way, my stomach is gonna go off.
Right.
Like no, I'm
makes
good.
a sound. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do get like hunger pains at times, but you know, a coffee will help, or maybe like some chewing
At the
gum.
beginning when you started this, was it really difficult? Like you were like, oh, temptation. Oh shit, my hunger pains are really crazy.
It was difficult because
You're shocking your body.
I was shocking my body, and because I was used to eating junk. But I was eating like a lot of broccoli and chicken breast. So once you start eating like that, you eat more like vegetables and like lean sources of protein. And you cut back on like the high sugar,
right?
Like processed sugar and stuff like that, and like high fat also. So cutting back fat, sugar, and like I'm not really gonna say carbs, but
there's natural carbs and vegetables that are healthy.
Yeah. Like broccoli has some carbohydrates.
Processed carbs is the bad thing.
Yeah. So the next day, like it took me like 72 hours for me to get used to like fasting, because the first couple of days were really hard because my body was still craving, you know, like Mickey D's and
sugar
like
and
that.
ice cream and coffee with cereal, milk and frappes and shit. Frappuccinos.
Crepes with all that.
and cereal like
yes,
honey nut Cheerios and shit.
Yeah, Apple Jacks, whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, intermittent fasting works for me because I'm pretty much 0 calorie the whole day. So I do
You took
one
it to the
meal.
extreme. I've never heard your version of intermediate fasting by anyone. Most people that I've heard on or seen on YouTube, and even my cousin's way of intermediate fasting was nothing for breakfast, just water.
Uh-huh.
On a rare occasion, he'll have a coffee for breakfast. Rare.
Yeah.
But mostly water.
Yeah.
Lunchtime at work, he'll eat a light meal. Like
Okay.
protein, just protein.
Yeah.
No, not even vegetables, just protein.
Yeah.
Just a steak or chicken
Chicken breast.
or
yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
And he would say for lunch, that's when he would add vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would have the lunch around noon and the dinner around before 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So from 12 to 6, or from the moment he wakes up, which he would wake up like at 5 or 6 a.m. until 6 p.m., that was his last meal, 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
He would have 2 meals.
Yeah.
And then from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day, or 6 p.m. to 12 at noon the next day,
Yeah.
that's when he would eat again.
Damn.
And it had worked for him. He said he
Yeah.
felt leaner.
Yeah.
He wasn't as bloated.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the beginning, like you said, the body was in shock. He would get a little bit of a headache, but he would
Yeah.
fight the headache with coffee. Coffee fights headache.
Yeah.
For
Coffee
certain
does,
people, yeah. The
Caffeine.
caffeine rush.
Yeah.
He would have black coffee, no sugar,
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah. That sounds. Yeah.
because that's the healthier coffee, just
Yeah,
straight black.
Yeah. It's 0 calories to like 5 calories.
Right, 0 to
Yeah.
5 with just black coffee.
Yeah.
But your version, eating at 9 to 10, like when do you fall asleep then?
Well,
Right after you eat, or no?
Yeah, I go to bed like around 10:30.
So you eat at 9 and 10:30 you're knocked out.
I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
Shit, lately, okay.
And basically, like, so for
You don't
me,
get heartburn or nothing like at 11 o'clock at night after going to sleep.
No, I mean, if I get heartburn, that's triggered by certain foods, like
Right.
very
sugar
like,
foods
red,
and processed.
like pasta sauce, red pasta sauce.
Right.
If I have a lot of it, those one time I ate
greasy food gives heartburn a
Yeah,
lot.
one time I ate I think it was 3 large pizzas and I had heartburn.
Shit, yeah, that,
But it
that
was-
would do it.
So with the fasting, I'm able to be flexible as far as calories. I just look at everything as just calories.
Right.
So I try to have a goal of like, X amount of calories per day if I'm not physically active.
What's your goal, at least for the past few months, of on a day that you don't have interruptions, you're not hanging out with people?
Uh-huh.
What's your daily calorie on that day,
Um,
on average?
Well, it depends if I'm cutting or if I'm bulking, but I've been trying to cut lately. So
Let's say lately cutting. What's your average?
I would say like the low on the low, it
Uh-huh.
might be, 1800. On the high, maybe
When you're
like
bulking,
2700. Well, I just want to say average
right?
because
Average.
there could be a day that I had a crazy workout,
Right.
so I have to eat a lot.
You need to consume that
Yeah.
calories too,
Yeah,
so you don't.
so I might have to eat like 2700 calories or 3200 calories or
Mhm.
something. But there might be a day that I kept it light, so I probably ate like 1800 calories.
So you're eating
Which-
1800 on that one dinner meal.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
9 p.m. Let's say 9:30,
Yeah.
you're eating 1800.
yeah.
What are you eating?
Um,
Like, give me something you ate this week. So an example.
So I usually get like if you go to Walmart, they sell these packs of like chicken breast strips.
Yes.
They're already
Yes.
cooked. I'll have that.
Mhm.
Normally, I'll eat a whole bag, which is a whole pound, because it's got 96 grams of protein.
But you would eat the whole bag in one sitting or throughout the week? Like you would
in
like kill the bag in that week.
in one sitting.
Oh, shit,
Well,
damn.
It's just basically like a 1 pound bag
Got
of
it.
chicken
got
breast,
it, got it.
which is like a bowl of like
Right.
chicken breast. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll have that. I'll have some protein shakes to add protein. So basically, I try to look at the actual macronutrients like
Mhm.
protein, carbs, and fat.
So you're talking about sort of like keto or paleo?
No,
No, not
no. I
really?
mean, so the macronutrients is just like the actual nutrients, the fats, the carbohydrates, and the protein that's in every food.
Got it.
So for my daily goal, I try to get at least a gram of protein per body weight. If I want to be low carb, I'll do about a gram of carbs per body weight.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to do fat is what I really fat is what, in this whole time that I've like been on this journey, fat has been the very key as to if I stall or if I drop. So I like to keep the fat at about like maybe 0.3 of a gram per body weight to like 0.4. So basically I'm like at 181 pounds, 180 pounds. So I try to do at least 180 grams of protein, 180 grams of carbs, and about no more than 40 to 50 grams of fat.
Shit.
The thing is with fat, if I eat high fat, which the keto diet is more fat than protein.
Right. They focus on healthy fat like avocados and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's basically where on a keto day, you could eat like 200 grams of fat.
True.
And eat like maybe 70 grams of protein.
Okay.
And maybe your carbs is probably like 20.
Right.
You know, that's a lot of fat. You're mostly eating fat.
Right.
If I do that, I've done it a few times. I start breaking out with acne. I have some acne now because I ate like
too much
high fat.
Got it.
So when I eat high fat, I break out.
Yeah, it happens to my wife. When she eats a lot of high fats, and also unhealthy fats. She breaks out.
Yeah, fried foods and stuff. Yeah. So, what I'll eat, I just try to stay within that calorie range. So, I'll have protein shakes. I'll have chicken breast. I mostly just eat chicken breast, man. Like,
yeah.
It's
protein and it's affordable.
Yeah, I buy those bags of chicken breast. I buy like maybe like 10 bags for the week. You know, which one bag is for each meal. Also, like Trader Joe's has this frozen rice. Every bag of rice is 420 calories, 92 grams of carbs, 0 fat, 0 protein. So it's very clean rice. So I'll have that.
Okay.
I'll add some sugar-free barbecue sauce. I might have a Halo Top ice cream. Halo Top is the best ice cream if you want to eat ice cream.
I've heard that, and my wife's daughter has mentioned that as well. Halo Top,
there's another ice cream, Jenny's ice cream, which is a very decadent ice cream, but a pint of that is like 1,080 calories versus a pint of Halo Top is like the highest one is like 360.
Yeah, low.
So you're getting about a third of the calories, you know. So Halo Top is what I eat. I do eat pizza and stuff at times. I do.
But let's say the month of June. How many times did you eat pizza in that whole month?
In the month of June, oh man. I mean, I ate more pizza in May than I did in June.
Got it. Okay.
June, I kind of started going more strict on my diet around the middle. I've been pretty much being more of a strict dieter in like the last few weeks, like right before I saw my doctor.
Yeah.
Right before my doctor's visit, I wanted to just like lean out as much as possible. So I got off the whole pizza and all that stuff. Like I hadn't really been in the mood for ice cream or pizza.
Yeah.
But in May, I was eating a lot of pizza. I was eating a lot of junk.
Right.
Eating out a lot. Going out to have, food and drinking a lot of alcohol.
Got it.
I drank a lot of wine.
Damn, it was your party month.
Yeah, May was a party month, pretty much. It was a party month, man. I mean, I was just hanging out and just having a good time. But that's the whole thing about being with the flexible dieter. So if I'm fasted and like, let's say I'm going to go on a date or something, the person I'm going out with may not be the most diet friendly or diet conscious person. It's okay because I'm flexible. I'm still pretty much like 0 calorie.
Right. You're actually allowing the extra intake if you have to.
And I've already worked out. I've already would have burned maybe like 1,200 calories the whole day. I don't do it all in one workout.
Of course.
I break it down, morning, lunchtime, after work. I'll get the whole like 1,200 to 1,500 calories out. And it's like, all right, so I could afford, 3,500, 4,000
I can afford taking this beautiful woman out to an Italian restaurant eating pasta because I already burned out all those calories yesterday and today.
You hit it right. You're right on the money right there. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I could go out and be flexible, eat carrot cake or eat whatever.
Or for example, when you went to Animal Kingdom.
I went to Animal Kingdom.
I was there the first weekend of June.
Wow.
You were there after, right?
I was there June 8th. Yeah.
You were there the week after, and I was like,
That's
"Oh shit,
so
you're in
crazy that you were
Pandora."
there.
Yeah.
I was in Pandora.
I was gonna go to Pandora, but I was there with my wife and her sister, her sister's husband, and her sister's daughter. But the line was so long, and it was so hot that day. We were like, "We're not gonna go to Pandora."
It was hot.
I mean, not to the actual ride. We walked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we didn't go on the ride.
I actually went on the ride. It was like a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, dude, it was long.
Nice. It was an amazing ride though. I mean, I had went with somebody that I was seeing at the time and a couple family members. So
got it.
You know, it was just 4 of us. It was like a double date kind of thing. It was fun. I had never been there before.
Yeah.
I hadn't been to Disney. Well, last time I went to Disney was in Disneyland in California last year.
Got it.
But before that, I hadn't been to any Disney park or nothing since I was like 5. So it was like 30 years since I had.
I have been to Magic Kingdom a few times. I have been to, what's the other park that they have? Epcot.
Epcot, yeah, I heard Epcot is good.
I had never in my entire existence been to Animal Kingdom up until I went last month.
Damn.
Animal Kingdom this year celebrates their 20th anniversary.
I think so.
Yeah,
they had a lot 20. They had a lot of cool stuff.
So in 20 years, I had never gone until last month.
Wow.
It was okay. I liked it. I mean,
it was good. I mean, it was fun. They had like a lot of like they had like this like in the Africa part.
Right.
They had like these like tribal
like
dances
music and dancing.
Yeah, it was
that
cool.
was neat.
Yeah, that was fun. They had the drinks there were pretty good. I had a few drinks.
We saw the Lion King show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice time. It was something different.
Yeah. But so, what do you think about James Cameron trying to take over the world with Avatar?
With Avatar, I mean, dude, the ride was crazy, bro. Like that's all I could tell you. The ride felt so real.
Yeah.
It was a thrill. I guess it was a thrill also because we were waiting in line for so long. So you're like outside of this mountain thing, and then you're inside in like darkness for like an hour.
Shit.
And like everybody was getting sleepy. Everybody was tired. Everybody was like frustrated because
they're waiting so long.
We're all waiting long, and then the fast pass line.
And the ride is only like 5 minutes, and then the wait is like 2 hours.
The ride, I don't even know, man. The ride might have been like 3 minutes.
Oh shit!
I remember when I got off the ride, I was like, "Yo, like I thought this was gonna be longer. That's it.
That's it."
Yeah, like we wanted to like go back as another round, but it was just like, nah. So, but no, it was cool. It was a fun ride. It was a lot of walking. It was very hot that day. It got kind of rainy too, like towards the end.
I think it rained when we got there in the morning, and then it stopped.
Oh wow!
But it works out because Avatar is in Disney, and it would have sucked if Disney would have not Disney, Fox would have gone with Comcast's deal to Comcast made an offer to buy Fox 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Disney made an offer in December for $55 billion.
Yeah.
But then Comcast made a deal, an offer to buy Fox out of Disney's feet for $60 billion.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And the reason Comcast did that is I found it interesting. The reason they did it is because a Supreme Court judge allowed AT&T to buy out Time Warner.
Wow.
Time Warner Cable,
wow.
I believe.
That's crazy.
And when I read why that judge allowed it, it made no sense because that's taking away competition.
It is.
And now you're allowing AT&T to own possibly Time Warner.
Yeah.
Which owns HBO, which owns Warner Brothers Studios and all these other stuff.
Yeah, dude.
That's insane. That's when Comcast said, "Okay, we're gonna make an offer to Disney. To Fox."
Yeah.
Then Disney came out a week ago and said, "Well, now we're making a higher offer, $73 billion, to buy out Fox."
Damn. Yeah.
And Fox agreed to go with Disney.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Disney was I don't know if they were desperate, but it makes sense for them because now they own all the X-Men characters because X-Men was owned by Fox. Yeah, now it belongs to the Marvel Universe, which Disney owns.
Yeah, now Disney.
Now they own Avatar.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that Avatar ride was something else.
Now they own, what else does Fox own? Alien, the Alien saga, the Predator saga, the Die Hard saga. Now Disney's the owner.
Yeah. Disney's made some big moves, man. They're like
shit.
they're making money.
They got Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah,
They got Marvel Comics,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
now they have Fox Studios.
they pretty much bought up everybody born in the 80s. Like everybody born in the 80s, you're gonna
buying
pretty
your
much stick with
childhood.
Disney, yeah, yep. And they still have all the classic Disney movies and stuff. Did you go on that dinosaur ride when you were in Magical Kingdom?
Let me.
Magic Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom?
Sorry, Animal Kingdom.
Which
I don't know why
dinosaur?
I always mix it up. with
Yeah,
Animal
they will have the word kingdom.
Yeah,
What ride is this? What is it?
It was like a dinosaur ride.
See, the thing is that we were there mostly to hang out with her sister because her sister lives in New York.
Okay.
We didn't want to waste time staying in line for 2 or 3
Yeah, yeah,
hours, so
yeah.
we didn't really do a lot of rides. We did
Yeah.
we did a ride that we go on a train and it takes us to another part of the Animal Kingdom where we got to get off in some part and then we come back in.
Yeah, yeah.
We did the Lion King show.
Damn.
We had dinner there. Yeah, we didn't really do a lot of rides.
Okay, yeah, that was the only.
I
ride
didn't
that
do the
went on.
dinosaur ride either. No.
But did you see like the dinosaur section?
Yes, I just saw
Okay,
it.
yeah, I saw that. I think we walked the whole park.
Yeah, it's not a big
It's not
park.
it's not a big park. Yeah.
Like Magic Kingdom is huge.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's where I have to go. I have to go to Magic Kingdom.
You know, I think I would compare Animal Kingdom almost as big as Epcot. I
Okay.
mean, not as big as Epcot. Maybe I think Epcot is a little bigger,
Yeah.
a little larger, but
Wow.
yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the Star Wars land that they're building. They're aiming for a release of next year, the Star Wars.
Oh
land.
yeah.
They're
And-
building it in Hollywood Studios
Damn.
in Disney
That's probably gonna be crazy.
in Orlando. Yeah, they're gonna have a hotel,
But
a
just
resort
here in Florida, or they're gonna do it
in Florida.
Wow.
Star Wars land in Florida and
Damn,
Orlando.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. You could stay inside a hotel themed of like the Millennium Falcon
Yeah,
or something. I
wow.
don't know.
That'd be crazy, dude. That's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
I thought they would have done something like that in California too, but I guess they don't have the space because Disneyland is kind of small.
It's small. I think they're
Yeah.
working on it in California, but the
Okay.
first one is Orlando
yeah.
because they have so much
Yeah,
land.
they have so much land here. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a lot of land. I was like surprised that all the land out there, they could build so much.
Yeah, once you go in their highway system,
yeah,
they have their own highway system.
yeah.
It connects you from that park to
Yeah, it's crazy.
the GPS. I was using the GPS. I was like, oh no, get off here. I'm like, wait a minute. The sign says here. So
Damn.
I messed me up. I had to make a U-turn.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't updated.
hmm
So I don't know.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. Ya tú sabes.
hmm
What else is? Yeah, man. This is almost 3 hours long.
Really? Yeah, we started at what, like 11:30? Damn, we've been out here for a while, man.
Yeah, we talked a lot of shit.
Yep,
Informative stuff.
exactly.
So
No, but it's cool, man. Who knows? Whenever I come back, where the current state of everything is gonna be at.
yeah,
as
you gotta
far as-
come back sooner than
Yeah,
3
man.
months.
Yeah, no, I know for sure.
Maybe another
Yeah.
month.
It's just funny how, like, even just looking at crypto, what we talked about last time.
Yeah.
it was still kind of hype, but people were kind of worried, and now it's like it's gone down, and people are less, less motivated, or like just it's not even.
It's not that it's motivated. For
It's-
example, I was about to make the jump when you showed me all that, and I
Uh-huh.
still have the info you gave me,
Yeah,
but I haven't had the time to sit down and say, "Hey, this is what it is."
yeah.
I have a few books on it
Uh-huh.
on my wish list,
Yeah.
so I've just the matter of me clicking and having Amazon ship it
Yeah.
to me, and then sit down. I actually want to research the one that I mentioned that starts with an N,
Uh-huh.
because somebody on Instagram says that's it's very low to get into. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to get a lot of money, and it's very stable from what they've
Okay.
seen. They
Yeah.
did research on it.
Mm-hmm.
If I find out who it is, I'll send you the
Yeah,
link so
yeah,
you can
yeah.
see what they found,
Okay.
and maybe you can give me your input. But
Yeah.
I just I'll probably get to that soon. I just
Yeah. I mean, it's just the hype. The hype is not there like it was.
oh it's
like
like everything. It
December-
goes up and down.
Yeah, like I would say, just last fall, a whole year ago, man, it was just getting hype and more hype. When it hit 20K, man, it was just crazy.
It was crazy. Watch it come back in hype in a few months. When the shopping season starts in the fall. or
If
winter.
I mean, if
if it does.
if it does, I mean, I just think 2020 will be a great year because that's when the actual halving happens. Which, what that means is there's X amount of bitcoins that generate every time that you solve the
Is
block.
that when the last one will be mined or no?
The last one I believe it's in
20 something.
2140.
Okay,
So
yes,
it's like
I got
over
him
like
confused.
100 something years or something
Yeah,
like that.
2020, 2040.
Yeah, 2020 is when the halving that's gonna have all of the bitcoins that generate when you solve a block. So right now, I'll tell you right now. The reward for the block right now is 12.5 Bitcoin. So in 2020, it's going to be half of that. So I guess 6.25.
Yeah.
So 6.25 Bitcoin will generate every time you solve a block, which supposedly is every 10 minutes. So it'll make Bitcoin more rare. But at the end of the day, it's the users that make it.
Yeah.
You know, so will it stay hype? Will it stay up there? Who knows? But if Bitcoin goes up, I think everything else will go up.
How's that? I was gonna ask you, how's that website that you have that's mining for you? Is it they mine for you?
Yeah,
You showed it to me
Hashflare-
last time.
Yeah, it's hashflare.io.
It's still working okay for you?
Yeah, it's still mining. You know, it's still mining. You know, a few bits here and there. But
Got it.
those bits aren't worth what they used to be worth.
Right.
You know, back when it was at 13, 15,000, it was like, oh wow, I have a, you know, I've got like $30. Now it's like, you know.
Have you used any cryptocurrency for any exchanges since you were here 3 months ago, or not yet?
To exchange for like goods or services?
Right. Any goods or services?
No, like nobody wants to take it.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, and I try to tell people, even people that know about it, I'm like, look, actually, yes. Somebody gave me some Bitcoin if I cash app them some cash.
Oh
So-
yes, Cash App is pushing crypto a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I have the
they're
app.
doing it too. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, he's like, oh, could you cash app me the bread? This is before Cash App. Well, I guess they didn't have the update on their phone or what, but I basically gave him some cash and he sent me some Bitcoin.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah,
That's
that
still an
was-
exchange.
Yeah, that was the only exchange. But other than that, I tried telling people, hey, look, I'll give you or this or that. And it's like, no, I'm good. Nah, that shit's crashing.
We want regular currency.
Exactly, yeah. Everybody wants fiat currency, so it ain't going to happen. Yep.
Which it's funny because society has, evolved to stay. Hey, this piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
with a dead president on it is worth something. When in
Exactly.
actuality, if you think about it, it's not.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just they give it value,
Yep. Yeah.
and they don't want to put that same theory or the same concept in crypto
Yeah.
because they can't hold it.
Yeah. And it's because the money used to be backed by gold. It was physically backed. So it was like $100 worth in gold, but now
Right.
it's
Who knows?
it's backed on the confidence and the credit.
On credit,
And to keep the confidence going, you need the con.
which
to-
people are
to-
fucking
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Society,
exactly. You have to
governments
keep
are
the,
fucking
you have
it
to
up.
keep the con for the confidence to keep going.
To keep
So,
going.
You know, everybody's getting fucked over, but nobody cares. Everybody's asleep. So.
Exactly. Nobody's woke.
Exactly.
Nobody's awake yet.
Yep. Damn.
This was fun, man. We got to do it again in a month
Yeah,
or so.
definitely, man. We got to do it again. If you're traveling or whatever, I might be traveling.
Oh, that's right. You're going out of town, maybe.
Yeah. It might be September. I got to see what my boss says. I don't know.
We're in
She's-
July, so. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal.
We're in, well, it's just because when I took the job,
Yeah.
in the job interview, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll have you come up maybe like in August."
Got
Or
it.
like
Got
July.
it. Got it.
But the day that I started, she was like, "Hey, you think you can maybe come here sometime next week?" And I was like, damn, I gotta buy the ticket already. So
So what does this mean? You're still with the same job, or you left that job, or you're in a new job?
I'm at the parent company.
Oh, I see.
But they're based in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
But they have like a satellite office here locally.
Got it.
So I work in that office and just do everything via Skype. and
For
stuff. Yeah.
got it. So
Yeah.
she wants you to go up there
Yeah.
now in a month or two.
Yeah, like if they have like an important meeting or a project or whatever, I'll have to fly there and But I mean, I actually don't mind because it's actually kind of nice there. When I went there, I didn't like it
Right.
because it was different. I'm like, this is Clayton, St. Louis. This is just a different place. It's
Yeah.
a different. It's not Miami. It's not.
No, tú no oye,
Florida,
¿qué
yeah.
pasa, brother?
Exactly. You don't hear none of that. There was mostly like sushi restaurants and Mexican
Oh,
restaurants
cool.
and like pasta restaurants. Like that was it. So you're either gonna eat pasta, you're either gonna eat sushi, or you're gonna have like Mexican food if they have. So, yeah, it was just different. But I actually like that. I actually liked that it was different. It was kind of quiet, very clean.
Mm-hmm.
People don't really litter, and people don't really go outside. So the only bad thing is like you could be outside in the middle of the night and there's not even a cop car like driving around. So
Really?
you could be like lying dead on the sidewalk and like nobody knows. Nobody's gonna see you. So
Shit.
but yeah, I might have to travel. So yeah, I could definitely come back whenever you have time. Or I don't know if you're gonna travel. You've been on cruises. and stuff.
No. The my wallet is kind of taking a hit, so
Oh, man.
I'm gonna rest a bit.
I feel you on that one. Bro.
Yeah. I'm resting.
Damn.
I'm trying to bring back the into its good state.
Yeah.
The pockets.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, sometimes we have to be frugal. you know?
Yeah.
I don't mind being frugal.
These
either.
first 6 months, it's just been too hectic. So I want these last 6 months to be kind of
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, I'm just laying low too, man. I'm just
especially with the whole season changing, fall and
Exactly.
holidays.
yeah,
I
We got
hate
the holidays
traveling. I
coming
hate
up.
traveling in that
Yeah.
time.
yeah. Get so busy.
People get so fucking nasty with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, get the fuck out of my way!" But
Yeah.
this is my spot. I was here in line.
Yeah.
What? Just
yeah,
we're in the same line.
exactly.
Are they running out of the food? No, the food is
Yeah.
still there.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, man. It gets like that, man.
it's like the great genius Stephen Hawking said before. You know, he said years ago, but he passed away early
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
He said humanity is full of lots of great achievements, but we can also be. I'm fucking up the phrase, but we can
Yeah.
also be. We can also be of great evil to one another,
it's true.
and you have to remember that.
It's
A
true.
lot of people don't choose. A lot of people choose to forget, and they're all about
Yeah.
self-indulgence, like
yeah,
me,
yeah.
me.
Exactly.
That's mine. What
People being selfish. Yeah,
right, that's my product. Why
Yeah.
do you need that product?
exactly.
You
yeah,
do you
no,
really
yeah,
need
man.
it?
Yeah, trust me. I
Do you
know
really
exactly
need to
what you
upgrade
mean.
to that new Samsung Galaxy? No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Do you have to get the new iPhone? Like, do you have to?
No.
Like, your phone works.
Well, it's a little
Come on.
faster. Come on, that's no big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yo, like this iPhone, I got it for free, straight up.
is that the 6 or the 5?
Yeah, there was.
That's the 6.
Yeah, there was somebody.
I had that one.
So basically, somebody came up to me. They're like, "Hey, you know how to fix iPhones?" I'm like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
could take a look." She's like, "Oh, it's broken here. I got a new one. If you could fix
Oh.
it, keep it."
And you
so,
fixed it.
Yeah, I opened it up, took a look. I
Mhm.
dusted the inside.
What was the issue? It wouldn't turn on, or it did turn on?
Yeah, she said it got wet. It fell in water.
Oh.
And that she took it out, but that it didn't turn on. So that's why I opened it up and sprayed it, and then just left it on the charger, and it powered on.
Great.
So I was like, "Hey, look, your phone powered on. I don't know if you have stuff here you need." So yeah, she backed up whatever and then gave it to me, and I was like, "All right." I
And
got
she
a new
wiped it
phone.
clean.
Yeah.
She wiped it.
Yeah, did a factory reset, and
It's
I got this
yours.
phone for free. Like I didn't have I don't like spending money on I don't want to drop like $800
On a new phone.
Yeah, on a new phone.
Th-
and
or
then-
this one.
Yeah, a few
1G.
months later,
1G.
Damn.
$9.99.
that's expensive, dude.
Yeah, so
A stack, yeah, that's what it is, man. Like I got this for free.
when
It's a
they were
6.
when Apple announces their new one in September, they do it
Yeah,
every September.
around
I'm not getting
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I told my wife, if you want it, because she has the 10. This is the 10, but she didn't like that the 10 the size is a little bit smaller than the 8 Plus. She was
Yeah.
used to the pluses.
Yeah.
The 8 Plus is like a little bit taller,
Yeah.
but that's because it doesn't take up the whole screen.
Exactly.
Technically, this screen is bigger than the 8 Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she doesn't care about the screen. She just likes it how the size
Yeah.
in her hand. So I go, fine, if you want to and you can get a good deal, get the whatever Plus is coming out. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna go to 11.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably their next
Yeah.
number. But I'm not upgrading.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Steve Jobs is not here anymore.
he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
He left us.
I remember when he passed away, man. It was like we thought that somebody got him.
Yeah, dude. Remember? I don't know if you probably remember.
I
There was
remember.
so many theories online.
Yeah,
like he
man,
was
dude.
taken out by so and so.
Dude, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Eric Schmidt from Google.
Yeah, Eric Schmidt. Yeah,
like
Schmidt.
came
Yeah.
out and had
Yeah.
a hit squad on him. Like what? A hit
Dude,
squad.
I just he was young, man.
He was 56. I
Yeah.
think 56.
I think he was too young to go out like that.
Yeah, man. But cancer doesn't discriminate. They
No,
don't give
yeah,
a shit.
it doesn't. It doesn't, man.
They
It's
don't care what
crazy.
color you are, how much money you have.
Nope.
When
They don't.
cancer's out to get you, is out to get you.
Yep, that's right.
It was probably all that LSD he did in the 70s, right?
It could've been.
He was doing all that acid.
Oh man, it could have been. Man. I don't know.
Did you see
Wow.
that movie? I think you told me about that movie. Not the movie with Justin Long,
Is it I Steve?
Steve.
Yeah.
The spoof of his
I've
career.
seen that one. Yeah, I
think
actually
that's
like
the,
it.
That's the best spoof I've ever
Yeah,
seen on a famous person.
Yeah, Justin Long did a really good job in that movie.
And when he had the Beatles there, and the Beatles were in the tent, they were all getting high on LSD.
Oh my god, man, that was so.
And he's
funny.
like, "What do you see?" And then he's like this, like,
Yeah,
I see everything.
yeah. That was funny. That was a good movie.
That was a lot of people didn't see. I think it was only released on Netflix, and then Netflix took it out.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I used to watch it like here and there. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, man.
And it's
sucks.
and it's not long. It's like an hour and 10 minutes. It's like a short feature. Yeah.
Hmm.
I see.
Yeah, man.
What did you think about the Ashton Kutcher version?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't. I just didn't.
Did
make
you
me
see
wanna
the
watch
Michael
it.
Fassbender version with Kate Winslet, the Titanic lady?
Was
in
that
it?
the
Like,
recent one?
recent, like 2-3
Yeah,
years
no,
ago?
I didn't see that one either.
I like that one. They it's not told in a typical biography.
Hmm.
They just go into 3 pivotal moments in his life,
Okay.
and they talk about those pivotal moments.
Okay.
And I liked how they did that.
That's cool.
That's the one with Seth Rogen playing Wozniak,
Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
Wozniak.
yeah. Damn. No, I haven't seen it. I gotta check it out.
It's very interesting, and the way it ends is cool because I don't want to give out the ending if you don't know how his career, his life was. You know, he had a daughter, but he didn't really acknowledge the daughter as his.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're not my daughter. You're not my daughter."
Yeah.
It turns out she was his daughter.
Oh wow.
But he just kept denying it. He didn't want to. I guess he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be a father.
Yeah.
He was so focused on the company.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. Wow.
Yeah, it's
insane.
crazy. He lost Apple, and in the end, he got it back.
Yeah. Yep.
What was it, like 3 years? He was out. He was kicked out by the
Yeah.
board, the shareholders. They kicked him out.
Yeah. Kicked him out. He
And